Go to my... Okay, you're in the party chat, right? Go.
I'm loading.
Okay.
It might take a little.
Yeah, it's fine by me. I've got all the time in the fucking world. I mean, it's not like I'm doing anything. Right now, I'm just grinding for money. I will say this. You might want... Let me know if you're watching this.
No, it's just blue screen right now. But I see like the YouTube and shit.
Are you coming to me? Try it again.
Broadcast not in progress. It should be loading. Loading. Ha, I just said sup.
Are
That's
you
my
what?
YouTube up there. But Ghost Shadow.
Ghost Shadow? Nice. Are
yeah,
you what?
but I don't have anything posted. No, it just blue screened again. The fuck?
Go to YouTube. Just go to the YouTube app.
The YouTube app?
Mm-hmm.
My phone or not my phone?
You can do it on the PS4 just fine. I
got shitty Wi-Fi though.
It will work. You'll just not... It'll work for you. Trust me. Fucking limo. I will say this, the limo is a damn tank. So if you want a second car that becomes monstrous when you beat the tar out of it, limo. Perfect.
I don't know why, but I lean, like, since I play like GTA 5 a little bit and I always steal the fucking truck, I'd probably like level up the truck at least twice.
The school bus, you can drive the piss out of it. Like, I'll say this, you do have to watch yourself in corners, but otherwise it's fine. Are you in the YouTube app?
Not yet.
The motorhome, by the way, handles like Garbo. You have understeer and oversteer.
What's the worst vehicle?
What's the worst? Three-wheeler and lawnmower.
I bet the lawnmower is a lot better.
No, actually, the lawnmower suffers from, guess what? Underpower. You hit something...
You get hit...
No, you get hit, you did. It cannot withstand impact from anything. Hell, if you barely...
Yeah, two lawnmowers went head to head and they both died, I think.
Yes.
They both launched up.
Yeah. Are you watching?
No, I'm watching something on my YouTube over here. On my phone.
Try and see if you can find mine. Just type in mad22train. And use the YouTube app to find it.
I'm gonna search it up on my phone. It's being way too slow on my PS4.
Just give it a few minutes. Your PS4's got time to load. If you've got a game in the PS4, it'll take longer. Replay may be cut.
Alright, welcome to the Norfolk Ring. Again, another new map in this major update.
This fucking war wagon is a damn tank.
How do you spell train?
M-T-R-A-I-N.
No, it's a train.
T-R... Did you type TRN? A-I-N. Let me know when you've got that typed in.
Mad Train 22.
mad22train. So back up.
Oh.
And put actually, if you can get in the middle and just type 22.
You're live right now with 17 subscribers. No?
Yeah, that's me.
You live streamed for 4 hours.
Yeah, that was one of them. I was bored, okay? I was testing the school bus out. Which, by the way, I did manage to roll it once. Once! Still don't know how. Is it?
Here.
Okay, so you're okay. I see it. Alright, look. This is my war wagon that I've been working with. Now, I've been working on this car for about 3 weeks. This car is... Well, actually, I've been working on this game for like 3 days. But my cousin...
Seriously?
Well, yeah. But this is my previous build. Stiff. Long.
I can hear my myself in the stream.
Yeah, that's about normal. This is the war wagon.
Ooh.
She looks
kind of...
Yes, this thing's max. Look at this thing's speed. Watch. Get the fuck out of the way. Oh god. I'm munching a lawnmower right now. Get out of my way, you bitch.
You're really going against lawnmowers right now?
Yeah, it's the best way to grind. Gunning the engine. Punch it.
Ooh. On my phone it keeps like buffering. So I'm a little behind you.
It's okay. Oh lord. I forgot you could huck this thing into corners.
I think it's a little back heavy.
Not as back heavy as the ram. No offense, not as back heavy as the rammer. The rammer, all the weight's in the fucking rear. Don't ask me how.
I thought the other one would be the first car that you get would like you go around corners and you almost like spin out.
Yeah, that does have a tendency of happening. I've got the fucking you can make it to where they don't do that. I've got my traction control all the way the fuck up. So it's at max traction, so it does not want to do that. I still have a problem with understeer, but with these tires, they just don't care. Like, you can huck this thing.
Wow.
So what do you think of the top speed of this monster?
It's alright.
It's the second best car in the game. The only difference is you really have to punch it.
150.
Yeah,
I bet you go faster, but you're going around corners.
That's a bit hard, because remember how I said the weight? I've got a full armor build, which this thing, like, you know those banger races? No offense, racing against other players, you end up getting in more collisions with them than you'd expect. Like, they deliberately try to, like, you know, spin you out, put you in a wall. You know what's funny? That's full traction control, and I'm still able to huck this thing in there. The one thing that pisses me...
with me, if I played this, I'd like to drift around the corners as close as I can, you know?
Yeah, the thing that pisses me off is, you know the Mud Digger's a four-wheel drive, right? It's rear-wheel in this game. It doesn't have the option... Yeah, it's rear-wheel. The Combine Harvester's four-wheel drive, but that's because it's a harvester.
Well, yeah, it's a harvester.
Oh, God.
Try to fully upgrade the harvester if you can.
You can't. I'll even show it after this race. I'll show.
That sucks.
You
the
can
harvester, I bet, would be the best one for, like, attacking, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it is the best at attack. Like, you can go really fast. For some reason, it goes faster in reverse than it does forward for some damn reason.
Yeah, it's a fucking harvester.
Yeah, but you would think the forward gear would be faster than the goddamn reverse gear, for fuck's sake. Nope, reverse gear's faster.
It's probably because, well, it's a harvester, and if they get stuck in, like, a ditch, like at a farm or some shit.
I'm getting a lot of air recent. I am getting so much air with this thing.
What lap are you on?
3.
Alright.
Like, literally. I'll show you the cars I'm getting. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, don't get the fucking inky-dinky little pissy-looking thing. Get the ones that look like they're the strongest. In my opinion, the best cars I've seen that are better for me definitely ain't anything that's small. Small cars...
with you might have a different preference than me.
Well, here's the problem. They're fast, but guess what? They have an understeer problem. Or should I say, the muscle cars, which is this war wagon, the war wagon has an oversteer problem. or has an understeer.
I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I don't know what oversteer or understeer is.
Oversteer means is when I steer into a corner, the wheels take longer to catch. Like, look, when you see the car sliding...
Oh, okay.
That's understeer. So I am having understeer. It's when the front wheels are taking longer to catch. The rear wheels, they're fine. They can do whatever the fuck they want. Understeer is, you know, terrible because when you go into a corner, you start slipping horribly. Oversteer, however, is when you've got too much steering, not enough grip. When your front...
That's the one that I know from Need for Speed. Trying to drift around those corners, because if you don't have enough grip, you're just gonna slide.
Yep. And that goes for the smaller cars, like the Mini, I'll show you. The smaller ones that have a tighter wheels, like a tighter wheel problem, like if, oh god.
They should add a monster truck with a scoop, where it throws the vehicles behind it. That'd be cool.
Yeah. I wish you could add...
They have like a
what I wish they would add, look, listen. I wish they would add, like, if they added to the school bus a big-ass scoop, like, you know, the ram plow, where you can ram someone and it sends them into the fucking air.
I was thinking that for the 18-wheeler.
The 18-wheeler's too small. The 18-wheeler's too small and it's too light. The school bus and the motorhome would be perfect for that. The 18-wheeler, not so much.
For the motorhome, it would have like two those circular saw blades on the side and one on the back.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
But you can see what I mean by this car has like too much power. Like I've squeezed as much out of this as I possibly can, and you gotta admit, for being a couple thousand, it's for a couple 150,000 pounds with all this fucking armor plating, she's still got some pep.
With that speed and having all that fucking armor too, you're gonna hit like a truck.
Yeah. Like, I'll tell you right now, I've hit like small cars with this thing. Guess what? This thing will do like 3.5 a bar's health worth of damage. Like, you slam into someone full force with this thing.
4 or 5 bars of health?
3.5 of a bar. So half of the 4th bar would be taken down to about half.
So what type of builds are there? Are there speed builds?
Yes, listen. Okay, there are speed builds. The RS versions, like if you see a car that says RS, that's the racing sport. Do not put armor on them. Make them a monster in the corners and the handling. They will fucking leave people in the dust. Because guess what? If you're racing AI or other players, what they're going to do is they're going to focus more on armor. If you can get a decent way ahead of them and have the mobility to like, think about it. If they're charging you and you can change direction quickly, they won't be able to hit you worth a shit. However,
AI.
There's an online feature to this where you can race other players.
The AI other players are different than AI because, you know, they're players.
Yes. The AI do try to ram me sometimes, but I've found a way to avoid them. Hit the brakes, then slam the pedal. But here's I'll tell you the cars that are built for speed. I'll show them to you while I'm getting the ones I'm getting. So I'm going to show you 2 different sets. I'm going to show you the ones that are fucking built for armor and durability, not speed. This thing's a mixture of both. This thing is built for speed and armor, which means it's a medium class, which means it not only has the power to keep up to speed, it has the durability to keep it strong enough to handle an impact. So it's not a demo derby. So this thing is not a demolition. It's a banger. There's a difference. I've lost all the front paneling finally.
I bet eventually they're gonna have an update where you could customize those 3. They're just probably focusing on the smaller cars first.
Yeah. And I can understand why, because you can say, this car with the armor plating on it, she ain't no slouch.
Just imagine a Harvester with full-on armor and have, like, rotors on the back of it.
Or the rotors actually spinning on the front, and every time they hit someone, they do more damage. the more power, the more engine power, the faster the blade spins.
Oh, that would be good.
Like, if you floor the accelerator before you hit them, the blade's gonna be spinning up to like 900 RPM, and as soon as that fucker hits, it's just gonna plant. It's like Go ahead.
What if there's a thing where you get like plowed and hit from like behind, and the blade just goes out and like
flips you in the air?
Hit, yeah, no, the blade of the harvester just shoots out and it damages anybody in its path.
Oh yeah, that'd be fucking funny.
Because it's shrapnel, you know?
That or it's as soon as if you hit enough cars and the bolt snaps, the blade shoots off the front of that thing and it becomes a missile. I'd hate to be on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I'm gonna say this. I've been in 3 wall collisions.
The downside of that being released is you probably wouldn't have it the rest of the game.
What?
The harvester blade, if it actually shot off like a missile or some shit.
No, because in this game they actually make it to where if you win a race,
it respawns.
It repair, like this game. There's no, the vehicle doesn't keep its damage. As soon as you finish, you get all the parts back.
God.
Like literally, look at my car. Look at my car and tell me if you say this should be functioning, because the front's pounded in.
You never know.
They can't do that because think about it.
Armored.
No, I've been in 3 wall collisions and I've lost all the armor on the complete driver's side of the vehicle. I've got suspension damage and brake damage, which means my suspension and brakes are boned. Yet the engine's still intact.
What if all your car is red? You just get disqualified?
No, here's the thing. If you listen, as long as the engine is not damaged, or as long as you've got health, the car will still function. Like literally,
that's actually a great way to
listen,
keep going.
Listen, I've had 3 wheels in the school bus with 4 health. That motherfucker will still roll even with 3 wheels and the body's boned. Like I lost the whole right-hand side and the thing was still mobile. I mean, it was slow as piss, but it was not like the other cars were in any good condition either. One of them was missing 1 front wheel on the driver's side, and every time he went into a corner with the driver's side, he'd just lose it. One guy had 1 rear wheel, which meant as soon as he went into a corner, his back end slammed the ground and it spun him out. Because that rear drive axle hooked into a dirt bump and just spun it out.
Just imagine you have the left back wheel and the front right wheel. They go around the corner.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, and I don't want to.
That'd be alright. They should like add a motorcycle or something into this.
Or
dirt bike.
That or a...
Not dirt bike. 4-wheeler, there we go.
That or what I think they should add is see if they can add an armored personnel vehicle.
ATV?
Yeah. Okay.
That wouldn't be too bad because it'd be like the medium class, but a little bit heavier on armor.
Yeah, cause like here, I'll show you all the classes of cars I'm gonna get. Take this in mind.
Live stream for 4 hours.
Yeah, I did that an hour ago. I was bored out of my fucking mind. Okay, the cars you shouldn't get. Do not get the Killer B. The Killer B has a habit of spinning the F out. Like if you get tapped, if you get tapped in the rear, this thing loses it entirely because it's rear-engined. The Gremlin, it's decent. The Gremlin is decent in corners, but it is horrible when it comes to top speed. Its strength is also crap, so don't try to get in a fight with it. The TriStar, meh. It's good for off-roading, for off-road top speed runs. Perfect. The Matador, the El Matador, perfect for off-roading and other. The Nexus RX, which by the way is front-wheel drive. Don't get it. It's good for tarmac only. You touch dirt, that back end. if the back end touches dirt, you're losing it. The Dominator, perfect. It is a great tank build. It's decent when it comes.
That's the one that I was talking about.
The Hammerhead.
No, it's not.
The Hammerhead is also a better. The Hammerhead and the Dominator are medium class, as well as the Matador. The Star Beast, same thing. It can handle the armor and has the engine power to go. The Road Slayer and the Gate Crasher and the Road Cutter are about the same. Built for speed and durability. But do not, if you get the Bulldog, my opinion, armor this thing first. When you get the Speedbird, don't even think about like armor. This thing's decent when it comes to straight line speed. Now I'm going to show you the vehicles I have that are perfectly armored right now. First I'm going to put the armor back on my damn Mud Digger, which was a pain in the butt, because I just finally got it complete. Top.
I bet you'd love to have that truck in real life, wouldn't you?
Yes. Especially with what I'm putting back on it.
Have you ever actually really wanted to do those destruction derbies?
Not really.
Get you concussions and shit?
Yeah, the impacts alone would hurt. I mean, it's bad enough that these cars are fucking armored, but the impact of these things is not going to be pretty.
Or, if things go worse, the back wheel of somebody backing up goes through your windshield and keeps spinning.
Or the wheel fires off and it smashes the windshield in.
Yeah, like those 18-wheeler wheels that pop off and then start flying down the freeway and hit a car.
Here's my second speed/armor build. It's the Limo. I'm gonna say this right now. The Limo is fucking badass when it comes to its full size and its durability. This thing is maxed out as well.
Is it back heavy when it slides?
No, actually, it's about it. Listen, the Limo is actually weighted perfect. It's like 50-50 front and rear, which means you've got the weight in both areas to keep it down.
I thought the back end limos would be a little bit heavier than middle.
Not really, because you see that giant pipe in the center that keeps the weight down in the middle. It balances it out. Now here's the car that makes no sense. The Rammer. The Rammer, you would think it would be front heavy due to the fact it's got a big block V8. Nope. The rear end is lower to the ground than the front end.
Why does it have a fucking blade on the top of the roof?
That's the add-on you can throw on it. A giant bloody saw blade.
Oh, you could flip and you hit somebody and the blade would go onto somebody's wheels and stuff.
No, they haven't added that yet, but that thing can be thrown off and it can be a hassle because it does have a tendency of having a weird collision factor. Spinning people out is what it's good for. The Rammer RS. This thing is built for speed and speed alone. So try to minimize the weight class and use its top speed and acceleration. Nothing more, nothing less. The double decker. Do not.
Armor. No armor?
No armor. The double decker cannot be even done with. The Hot Shot. Now here's something in the heavy class. Hot Shot. It's got the speed and the durability. It doesn't have the acceleration and or the top speed of, you know, the Rammer and my War Wagon. But it has the durability to tank a lot of damage. So if you want a demolition derby car, the Hot Shot, the War Wagon. The Sofa. It doesn't even function. It's for shits and giggles if you want to make it like that. The Big Rig.
Please tell me you didn't max it out.
I can't max out the Sofa. I can't even max out the Big Rig. It's maxed out as is.
I see what you meant because there's a racing one. I thought it was like the other ones with the big ass fucking metal on the side where they hook up the trailers and shit.
I'm telling you, it still hits like a fucking semi though.
Yeah, but I'd rather have it look like a regular truck with like the heavy shit on the back, because when you go around the corner and you get like all bunched up, it could do more damage to other people behind you.
Yeah, me too. But I'll show you. The motorhome, this thing doesn't handle worse shit.
America. Fuck yeah.
That's pretty much all I went for. But I'm gonna show you just how. Now, look, listen. You would think the school bus sucks in racing, right?
It doesn't suck that bad.
No, you would think it would suck against, you know, like modern cars, like something like a lawnmower, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you laugh. Because this thing surprises me at how fast the thing can still move. Now take in mind, this is about...
I dare to take the big rig on the death loop.
I can't, the damn spoiler gets caught.
What about the bus?
The bus can't even get up the hill because it's not got enough power. So I'm going to show you what the Dirt Devil Stadium does to the school bus. Take in mind I'm going to be going up against lawnmowers. But this is the best way I can think of to make money. Because each one of these races is worth $5 grand, like $1,000 or $1,000. Or $1,000. So I've technically been doing this for a while. And it's pretty decent at making money. Because if you want to armor your cars up before you take them in an online or you know, the games you always go into.
How much does it cost to like fully upgrade your war wagon, like to full armored and shit?
1,000 for the armor, 40,000 like, for the engine upgrades.
40? Yeah, I'd see why the engine would be so much, but I thought the armor would be a lot more.
No, the armor is surprising cheap.
You in a big ass bus compared to the fucking little lawnmowers. All you have to do is tap them once and they go flying.
Or you let them do it themselves.
Well, you just ran over somebody from the other side.
You're not gonna like what one of them did, because that I don't even know how to fuck that up. Just watch one of them do the jump. Watch one of them do a jump and tell me if that he would have been dead.
Oh. That dude tried to do like a freaking 360.
You want to know my opinion when you're doing...
I'm just waiting until you hit one of those jumps and your back axle falls off, or both the tires fall off in the back.
Oh, no, but you'll hear a loud bang when I hit the ground. This thing does bottom out hard.
It's like a regular school bus. When you're in the back, you almost hit your head on the roof when you hit a bump.
I know. Just watch the back end, because the back end collides with the ground a lot.
Yeah, to be honest, the back end, I don't know. How long the back end is when it hits the ground, I think it saves the tires in the back, to be honest.
Yeah, but the bad news is there is a fuel tank back there.
Oh. You blow up when you jump. Oh shit!
No. Or you fucking rupture the fuel tank.
Have you ever seen one of those school buses, or those like Indian buses or something? Not trying to offend anyone, but you know, when they're old and stuff, and you see the whole axle just shift forward.
Yeah, I've seen that. But you gotta admit, it's
the bus doing that when you jump. It'd be hilarious.
You have to admit, though, this thing is a little bit more durable.
Yeah. That was the best drift I've seen.
Yeah, I've drifted this thing a lot further, but the problem is with this, drifted too far, it'll flip over.
Yeah. Is it back heavy, or is it just balanced, or what?
It's balanced, but it's kind of balanced off. The front's a lot more, the front weighs more than the back.
Yeah, because of the big ass engine in it.
I thought so too, but this thing has actually this thing actually will surprise you. It's an old one, so this thing has a V8 in the front.
Would you ever actually turn a bus into a mobile home?
Probably. Finally, I rolled the damn thing. Took me about forever.
I'm about like I'm about 20 seconds from.
You'll see when the front end, when the back end steps out to the point where the thing flips.
There it goes.
It does step out a bit, but it doesn't take.
You almost flipped it again when you try to flip it back over.
I know. It handles like shit, but for a bus, it's got decent speed.
Does it say end of the line on the side of it?
Yes, it does say end of the line. There's a lot of liveries for this thing. There's only 3. You can have the bus that says the Love Bus on the front, which fuck that. Then you could have the end of the line, or you could have the School of Demolition.
I bet you're gonna flip it again eventually.
Not really. I've only flipped this thing once, so if you know what you're doing, you can drive this thing without flipping it.
I wish there was like a big ass arena with big ass jumps, like big ass metal wrecking ball in the middle going back and forth, like Death Race.
Or oh yeah, they used to have that. That's on the PC still.
Death Race?
Yeah, what it is they've got a racetrack that has a hammer in the middle, and you have to get between the hammer without getting impacted.
Have you ever played Twisted Metal?
Yes, I have.
I love that game. They should have like something like, oh, did you have the clown that transformed into that thing?
In the old one, yeah, I always went with either him or Dollface.
I played the big rig with the special where it drops all the mines behind it. You know the boss?
Mm-hmm. By the way, did you know somebody found out how to get, you know, the Winnebago on top of tank treads? Someone found out how to get that in the new Twisted.
Uh-uh.
Uh-huh. It's on YouTube. And by the way, when it slams the front down, holy fuck does that screw people up. Like, that thing has like a shock wave it can do. Like, that's its special move. You slam the front of that monster down, you'll send like 2 or 3 cars into a spin.
We still talking about Twisted Metal?
Yes.
Oh, you know the tire dude that just fucking has
Axel?
spikes and he just rolls? Yeah.
Yeah, someone found out how to get his vehicle as well, because it takes, like, you have to purchase the upgrade for that, but once you do, you can have Axel and the tank tread, the Winnebago. The tank tread Winnebago is decent.
The fucking, the 18-wheeler dude is amazing. I played him all the time. All I had to do was hit somebody with the front end of the truck and I'd instantly kill them.
Dollface?
Even online. No, no, it's the 18-wheeler with the mine thing. His special abilities where he drops him.
You mean the Dreadnought?
Yes, I played him.
The Dreadnought's actually fucking epic, but there is one problem I've seen with it.
If you play online, you could have somebody go in the back and have that big ass turret shoot everybody.
I know. Or if you have someone in like the tow truck, he can auto repair the truck while you're fucking everyone up.
Yep. You can't wait. You can't even fit the big rig in the repair thing. You have to go around and get the supply things for the health.
No, you can't. There's a small, like, there's a guy with a tow truck. There's a tow truck that does health, and you can use it to like heal your truck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you just how fast this semi-truck is. P.S. I'm not going to do anything but go around the corners. Just watch the semi. Now, take in mind, when you're driving this, the only tracks you should try is the oval. No more corners than the oval, because this truck does not handle them. So when it comes to oval racing, and it's a Class A, use the big rig. Because look.
Hearing you say that twice is hilarious. How do you stream on the PS4?
You have to have a YouTube account.
I have a YouTube account.
All you have to do is press the touchpad, like, you know, the options button? You press that down, and it gives you the option to broadcast. And you can either broadcast through Facebook or YouTube.
Damn, I could broadcast my OP8 Gunzerker. Trying to get OP10 level 80. Sorry, I play a lot of fucking Borderlands.
No problem.
Everybody in the regular Borderlands, but the pre-sequel, I've only played 2 people. Handsome Jack and what's the other dude with the dude that you had the robot dude that was in the train? No, not him. Who was that dude in the regular Borderlands that was in Wilhelm? I played Wilhelm. There you go. Wilhelm isn't that great. I haven't fully upgraded him yet, or at least. Yeah.
I had a fully upgraded Claptrap, where every time like one of my buddies went, "Why the fuck is my gun going berserk?" Like his gun would randomly start firing uncontrollably.
Yeah, that Claptrap's just pretty much a wild gunzerker, but you don't know what you're gonna get. He's a jack of all trade gunzerker.
I know, and that's why my buddies kept getting mad at me, because I'd initiate my abilities, and all of a sudden their shit would start going ape
so
shit.
much ammo. Well,
I know.
We would anyway. And
so what do you think of the big rig?
And it's pretty good.
I mean, the turn radius is fuck all in this thing, but for decency and speed,
that bad.
You can't enter a turn with too much speed.
Enter a turn with too much speed. And there he is.
Alright, easy enough. 140, too much. Oh god. Like, I can enter...
150, bro. You're at 150 something.
Yeah, that's how much speed you shouldn't take into a corner. 140 to 120 is how much this truck can actually withstand. So take that in mind. If you've got this, 130 to 40 can be handled in a corner. Anything above, like 150, good luck trying to turn, because this thing will not do it. It handles like shit, but do you know what's funny? To get this truck would piss. Here's what the thing is that would piss you off. To get this truck, you want to know what I had to use?
What?
The 3-wheeler against a racetrack full of these things. The big rig.
That's nasty.
Oh, you know what's funny? All of them died. The 3-wheeler was the only one still alive.
Well, they're AI, so they die pretty fast.
No, because remember how I said this truck handles like Garbo? The track he gave us had a lot of corners in it. Lots of them. And the AI does not like corners. They try to fire it. You know how here's how they do it. They go, sending it into the corner. Yeah, they try to bank shoot it, and these trucks just don't have the handling. I mean, they're good for straight line speed, and you know, they're slightly durable, but there's even some impacts that they can't withstand.
The one thing that I didn't understand about the clown in Twisted Metal. I forgot his name, but when he uses his ult ability, he turns into the thing, and then like you could float in the air, and then you could ult again and throw the
Sweet
head to
Tooth?
track people. Yeah, Sweet Tooth. And you'd turn back into the car. I was like, really?
Not only that, the fucking ability to fire the damn head off the damn truck into a damn missile.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm talking about.
I have enough to get the El Matador.
Who's the other? No.
Okay, I own the El Matador. Now I just need to get the Dominator and the Hammerhead. Dominator, Hammerhead, Star Beast, Road Slayer, Gate Crasher, Road Cutter.
I played the hell out of Twisted Metal. I went through the story mode and
Okay, I'm going to show you how much it's going to cost you to upgrade the armor. So, alright, you ready? For the Road Cutter, the El Matador. Full upgrade on the bumper. 500 credits, exactly. 560 for the front. 400 for the rear. For the roll cage, it'll cost you 1,000. For the side, 500. For the windshield, 480. So you calculated all that, right?
No.
Just watch the armor.
The bumper should be a little bit bigger, in my opinion.
I know. Now I'm going to show the performance. To get the top engine, 13,125. 1,000.
I see why the engine is so much, because it's
400.
Pretty much the engine is like the base of everything. If the engine goes, your car goes.
Pretty freaking much.
So that's pretty much why it's so damn much. You know in the Sniper Elite 4 you could shoot people in the nuts?
Yeah, testicle shot. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. I think that was in Sniper Elite. I don't know which Sniper Elite, but I played only like one of them, and I think it was 2
Okay,
or 1.
how much is it going to cost me to do some of the upgrades? So I'm going to get some of the cheaper upgrades first. So 400. Side panel first.
You do the same thing as other people. You talk to yourself while you're upgrading shit.
Yeah, it helps out when you're trying to make something. Now I'm going to get my skull. Now I'm going to get my skull for my car. Which is...
I love the bigger skull in the back.
That's why I picked it. Think about it. I have the skulls in the Bel Air, for fuck's sake. Why not have, you know, the skulls on the Matador?
Just imagine on the big rig getting the skull and it's like the size of the whole back. Instead of the...
Or being able to replace the front end with just a skull.
Hey, it would actually give it a little bit more armor class because you could smash people to death with it. Get it?
Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to show you the demolition factor with this damn car. Now I'm going to put this up against B class or class C only.
I dare you to get the worst vehicle and go against harvesters.
I've tried that. No offense, the lawnmower outmaneuvers them faster than they can. Alright, look.
I'm in the couch.
I've tried the couch. The couch can actually outmaneuver and kill them, for fuck's sake.
Are you fucking serious? A couch can kill a harvester?
Yes! I've done it before! It was retarded! The thing is so damn quick! Like, literally, I was able to outmaneuver 3 of the fucking harvesters, even when they were in reverse.
The harvester could go faster in reverse. Why don't they put another fucking thing on the back of it?
That's why I wish I could armor it. Think about it. If they had the ability to armor it, I would just put a big steel beam back there, for fuck's sake.
Put like 3 big spikes on the back and everybody who slams into just get impaled. Like the engine just gone.
Alright, you ready?
You know the
Alright, this is-
harvester, you know like the middle part of the harvester, like where they put all the grain and shit in, and it starts like
Yeah.
killing it and shit? Just imagine a ramp on the back going to that and the car just
Oh my
slowly
god,
just
look at this.
disintegrates and you spit
This
it
is
out.
a C-class, listen, all the cars are C-class, which means they're not heavily armored and they're not even some of them aren't even armored, so look how much damage this thing can push.
Yeah, I'm still a
24
couple.
24.
Like 20 seconds behind you.
25. That was 35 actually, and I did 4 damage to myself from the impact. 60.
Ooh.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with this thing.
You just barely bump that dude and he just gets thrown across the fucking thing.
I'm telling you, when you've got one of these things fully upgraded, it becomes a tank.
You killed that dude.
Hell, I can bully the SUVs for fuck's sake.
I dare to go ahead on collision with the big rig.
No offense, I could probably kill the big rig in an impact.
It'd be hilarious if they actually had an update where the big rig had a ramp and you just ramped and you go out the map and instantly die. Or hit the barrier. And like your front end just gets crushed to the... You know what I'm talking about, right? The engine's like in the back of your car and crap. Like a pancake. You drifted and hit that dude.
I know.
After hitting someone. You don't even need a fucking scoot with that car. You just go straight in the straight line and you hit 3 or 4 people.
I mean, she's starting to suffer a bit because the punishment's getting a bit much.
Yeah,
But
so
it's-
you get punished because you do a head-on collision and you damage yourself a little bit, or they damage you a little bit. Plus, going through everybody just hitting each other, they probably damage you. Like getting
Like,
hit
look,
from the side.
I'll show you a dumb one. I'm gonna
On
show
the
you a really
stream,
stupid.
You just phased through a fucking vehicle.
Yeah, that's the thing that pisses me off. It's called how do I put this?
Lag?
No, actually, they get a spawn. Like, I'll throw it.
Again.
Oh, this is the fun map.
You got 5th place.
Yeah, I'm telling you, the thing hits like a damn truck. Now I'm gonna show you how to really get some money.
I thought you'd get 1st place.
Well, yeah, but no
Bro,
offense.
Both of my YouTube accounts on here.
All right, look, sofas versus the war wagon.
Oh man, I might cook some fries while you're on the stream.
I just murdered 2 people in one shot. Three. Beat, motherfucker. That's 3. 4. Wait, I didn't get credited for that. What the fuck? I hit that guy full fucking force. 4 and 5.
I love the ragdoll on this. Whoa. They should make more like destructive racing games.
They used to have one. It was called Flat Out.
Yeah, I mean like for console, not PC, because there's a lot for PC.
No, Flat Out was a console game. It was for the PS2. What you were tasked to do with that game, there was 3 modes: demolition, demo race, and demo. Or just straight up racing. And the crap you could do Like, you could armor your cars like this game, but the armor on that game was a bit more ridiculous. Like, you could fuck all kinds of shit up. Like, here's what the things you could put on the front of your car. You could put... You ready for this? You could put a giant fucking plow on the front. Like a scoop from a bulldozer.
I played like a dirt bike game. I don't know what it's called, or like ATV or some crap it's called on the PS2.
That's 15.
And once you go... And when you go outside the boundary, it shoots you backwards really far. And I had a ball laughing at that.
You know what was one of the vehicles in that game that I really thought was overkill?
What?
Bulldozer.
Speaking about like destruction stuff, I have played every single Ratchet and Clank from the PS2, PSP, and like the PS3 and
I'm gonna see how
PS4.
much shit I can destroy. So I'm gonna put it up to 6 minutes, and I'm gonna see how many of these sofas I can fuck up in 6 minutes.
Probably all of them.
I hit like 15 the last round. But you see what I mean by if you get the war wagon and you fully armor that bitch, it becomes a fucking tank. Like, even against cars of the same tier, it just does not give a living fuck.
Oh, just imagine if they added like a tank to the game, and it's just nothing but armor.
That or a bulldozer.
Oh, the bulldozer, you could actually use the left analog stick and lift up the freaking thing.
Not only that, you wouldn't have the tire problem because you'd have tank treads, for fuck's sake. So it'd be harder to...
Well, yeah. You know the thing that goes into the ground, with, like those 4 big ass spikes behind it, and it just cuts up like the pavement and shit? Just imagine a car running underneath that, and you could flip on, like you hit square or something, and the thing just slowly goes into the hood.
You mean the claw?
Yeah. Not the claw in the front, but the one on the back.
No, that's called a... That's a ground displacer. What it does is it rips up the Ripper. It's called the Ripper.
Hey, that's a good name for a bulldozer.
The Ripper?
Yeah, because it's gonna rip you a new one.
Just like this damn war wagon. Like, you can tell this car's name matches its persona. Like, look, they call it the war wagon.
When you said the first time you said war wagon, I imagine like a old time fucking wagon with with just like spikes on it and shit, like a I don't know what they're called, not a catapult. Like
horse-drawn carriage?
No, the ram, the breaching thing.
Oh,
what that's called.
I don't either.
The ram.
I don't know, but I'm fucking on... What?
Do you love Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. It was actually good.
I seen somebody at the bar that looked like the old man from what's it called?
God
Lord of the Rings.
Damn. Look at my Rex real quick.
Are you atheist?
No.
You believe in Jesus?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really... I don't know what I am. My mom's a Wiccan. Not that, like, anyone fucking knows what that means.
A witch?
Wiccan. Wiccan.
Oh, Wiccan. I don't know what that means. Wiccan sounds like witch. So whatever.
Well, she's not a witch. Oh, fuck, I fought... God damn... What the fuck? Look at my score!
So what's a Wiccan?
She's spiritual. Not really a witch. It's more like, you know ghosts. How people say ghosts don't fucking exist.
I see ghosts.
Well, yeah, I do too. I see the fucking Grim Reaper following my uncle around, for fuck's sake. I still haven't figured out what the fuck he's done. Oh my...
Does he have a scythe and everything? Is he like the one from,
like, my uncle's like done
some Family Guy?
No, no, what? No, I mean the real Grim Reaper. Like, I can physically see the shadow figure. It's not really, he's not really all there, but you can see his fucking shadow. So you know he's there.
That's not a Grim Reaper, it's, those things are called shadow people. Have you heard of the black-eyed children and shit?
Yeah, I've heard of them. God damn!
I woke up one day, right? You know when you feel sleepy and you wake up and you're like, damn it, I need to go back to sleep? I woke up and I seen this, like, really white, pale figure. Its head was, like, above my bed with black eyes. Pure black eyes. And I was like, fuck this, I'm going back to sleep.
What the actual fuck? Look at my fucking score!
10,000.
40 wrecked.
42.
45. 47. 48. Hey, I finally lost the fender on the driver's side. It took it like fucking 4 hours. Oh my god.
Have you ever felt something scratch you and you don't know what happened?
No, actually. I can't be scratched. My mother's actually put a, it's not really a curse. What it is it's, something that makes... Yeah, it's a charm. She's done something to make it to where they can't touch me. Period. I mean, I can feel them, but they just can't bother me. That and I have a necklace that's a star.
What type of star?
Just a star in a circle.
A pentagram?
No, not a pentagram.
You said star with a circle.
It's a... There's two different types of that. There's the
like
evil...
the Catholic type star?
I think so. It's got a jewel in the middle, so it's not exactly a full star. It's got a centerpiece. I don't exactly know what it is, but I do know this. It does... It ain't a...
if you take, like, something from a haunted place, a spirit could attach itself to that object and come into your house?
No shit. I'm surprised people do that. It's fucking retarded.
With me, I don't know if I'm a psychic or not, but I could, like, feel spirits and shit. Like, I could feel what happened when I walk into a room. Mind you, I'm only 18 and I've done this ever since I was little. It's weird.
My mom went into the woods. Now, here's the thing. In my town, and there was a woods. My mother went in, there was a mall. Like, you know those old hotels they hide out in the woods somewhere?
Yeah.
Well, my mother went into one of those, and there was just... She could see the ghosts. Like, fully see them. Like, she knew they were there.
Well, I can't see ghosts, but I could feel them. Sometimes they show themselves. But anyway.
It depends if the ghost trusts you or not. That or something else.
When I was little, I woke up one day to a door opening and shutting, and I was holding my sister because I was crying. And I seen a figure there with, like, hoofs as, like, legs and shit. It was all fur and then hoof and then, like, there's a shadow and shit. But I could see through it, but there's a shadow. It was creepy.
I'm trying to remember what that's from. Give me a minute.
It didn't have any horns, though. It wasn't like the Goat Man or something.
I know, I'm trying to figure out which one it was.
By the way, if you do shit at 3 AM, it's like the devil's hour or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know why people...
I played the Ouija board on my phone before, and you know how, like, when you're going to
don't fuck with the Ouija board! Why do people do that?
And I had, like, multiple voices laughing, and I was, like, conscious, kind of, but I was, like, my eyes were closed.
Okay, in my opinion, anyone who fucks with the Ouija board, you deserve all the hate or whatever the fuck the gods give you. Because you fuck with a Ouija board, you deserve what you get.
No, If you mess with the Ouija board, as long as you don't break the rules or piss the spirit off, you're good.
No, I hate saying this, and I hate saying it with a passion.
I know.
No matter what, do not mess with ghosts. That means if you have a Ouija board, do not use it in a haunted place, because you are technically opening yourself up to a haunting. You don't want that.
Have you ever, like, heard a door open before, like, without any doors opening? You hear the... Yes? No?
Yeah, I've heard it before. It's not exactly...
yeah, that's, like, spiritually, that's, when you're opening yourself up to other things.
True.
Yeah.
And I hate saying this. I'm not being mean to those who have fucked with the Ouija board, but don't fuck with it. Don't mess with the Ouija. The Ouija board is something you should respect. And under no circumstance should you use it in any way. It's just not something to fuck with. Time for more sofa murder. I have lost track.
I have some really weird ass pictures on my phone of shit. Like this skip. There was a really large skelly thing, but it looked like it had hair, kind of like blonde hair. But there's another thing with that looked like a gray. I'm not trying to like be optimistic or some shit, or say aliens are real and shit, but you know. And I had like this weird ass dream where I was pissing at something.
In all honesty, people say aliens are just like fucking ghosts. They don't exist. No offense. You don't fucking know that, so don't start cursing the universe with your stupidity.
By the way, I've seen like a UFO above my house here where I live at. In the daytime, it looked like one of the Nazi ones that they all say. And I don't know how, but I think there's like 5 levels below Area 51. I don't know how.
People have joked like they're gonna go into Area 51. No offense.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell you're getting in Area 51. That place is heavily fucking protected, and I do mean heavily protected.
There's a tunnel that you go through to get in there.
There's a lot of ways to get in there, actually. There's more than one fucking access route. Area 51 is not what you think it is.
By the way, even if Area 51, like the government's so secretive about it, guess who pays for those people to stay there? We do.
Exacta fucking mundo.
It ain't the government's property. Shit.
Well, technically it is, but technically it isn't.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. How many people have I wrecked so far? I have literally...
The Naruto runners do the anime thing. Their Naruto run. The rock climbers do their thing. The tall people will hoist everybody up.
Beat, motherfuckers.
You know that meme?
Yeah, I've seen it, I've heard it. Not exactly.
All the rock throwers in the back. All the kids going running up there. Just imagine like 1,000 kids going just running up there.
That was new. I've never had that happen.
I'm a fucking weirdo. I love anime.
You and me both. In World of Warships, I'm trying to... You know, I hate saying this. In World of Warships Legends, I'm trying to get the Nagato.
What anime have you watched?
Ken Colley. Girls und Panzer. Naruto.
Who hasn't watched Naruto?
The Grimoire of Zero. Listen, here's another one. The Grimoire of Zero.
High School DxD, Seven Deadly Sins.
Seven Deadly Sins is a funny one. I just love watching the fucking axe guy just get pissed off and just fucking send him. God damn it! I keep rolling this fucking thing.
I love when Bond first got out of prison, and then they're like, Captain Bond, and they just start smacking each other across the fucking place, and then do the arm wrestle and just destroy the fucking impenetrable barrier. Oh, it's amazing.
You know what really pissed me off?
What?
The Kankali. People say listen. People say the Kankali the Nagato is something you shouldn't get. It sucks. Fuck you. I'd get the Kankali and the goddamn Bismarck. Hell, I'd get the fucking Turpids if I wanted.
Who cares what people say not to get? Ooh, you almost screwed yourself over.
No shit. My Winnebago's in such a damn condition, it looks like a fucking flatback. There are sofas on their rear wheels and still moving. How the fuck is that even possible?
To be honest, the right wheel looks like it's about to curve inwards.
It is already curving inward. I've been rear-ended like 3 times. Fuck you, rebel rat. To the moon with ya. Hey, I lost the fender. Took me about an hour. Beep beep.
Do not ever watch Boku no Pico. I have never watched Boku no Pico, and I will never watch Boku no Pico.
Fuck that. That
Lost Pause told me about it. Not like actually told me, but I was watching YouTube.
You know what doesn't make sense? I could give you control of this thing just so you could like see how this thing handles. You would fucking fall in love with this car. Cause it just takes...
I'm watching you from my phone, so, you know.
I know, but if there was abilities letting you have control of this through YouTube, you would see just how much fucking gives a shit this thing has. Cause it just does it.
That's what show play is for.
I know.
I had to argue with my teacher at school, like, way before I dropped out, and she's like, you're not a gamer. I was like, I played games for most of my life, so yeah, I'm a gamer. She's like, no, the gamers are the people that make the video games. Well, they're programmers. They kind of are, but the gamer that I was talking about is the people that play them constantly.
Understandable.
You know what I mean, right?
Understandable.
And we had an argument for about, she called somebody that she said that scripted like Call of Duty. I was like, yeah, right. And I was like, I don't care if they scripted or not scripted. I'd have to meet the person.
No offense, right? You can script it all you fucking want. It doesn't mean you fucking built the game. It means you did the scription, the analog, the internal for it. You didn't create the damn thing. All you did was...
You know what the funny part about it was? I searched up Define Gamer on Google on the laptop, and I said, come over here and read this. A gamer, a person that plays video games. She's like, well, look what Google says.
That bitch wouldn't know a gamer if it bit her in the backside, to be honest. Teachers don't, no offense, it's not that they're cocky, they're just overconfident. And sometimes that overconfidence gets them in fucking trouble.
Like, I'm a teacher, I know what I'm talking about.
No, you fucking don't. No offense, I've had okay, here's things. Okay, you ready for this? I had a teacher who said he knew all about the Greek mythology. Fucker fucked up 3 of them. I had a literal... You know those boxes you could get that has all the Greek mythology creatures and the ones that are real and not real? The ones that are real and existed in the mythology? I had that motherfucker on hand. I had to literally walk his ass through it. Teachers don't know shit. They know what they know, and they know, and they think they know all. They don't.
Listen, do you know why school was made? To make workers for like industries and shit, right? Nowadays, school, they teach the same shit every single day.
And under no
Nothing
circumstance, and not only that, they don't fucking help you when you need their assistance. They just give you the information and tell you to fuck with it. That's it.
Yeah.
Get
I'm
no
like, hey,
offense. If any teachers are watching this, get off your ass and do your job. Hell, my high school got in trouble for, guess what? Teachers having affair with each other. Not only that.
Seriously?
Yeah, and you want to know what else they did? The SRO did this. He used his he used his position as a police officer to intimidate students into not bullying. But didn't get off his ass when it was dealt. In other words, as soon as the okay, I'll put an example out there.
I know what you're saying. The vice principal, since I went to the park at lunch, since we have off campus to eat and shit, which is lucky, but you can't eat in the fucking school, which pisses me off. Okay, I went to the park to play Pokemon Go. Any Pokemon Go fans out there? I play Pokemon Go, but anyway, with my friend, he's like an AB honor roll student, and he accused me and him going to the park and smoking pot.
Motherfucker, pot is illegal. And if the student is knowledgeable on what pot is, he ain't gonna smoke it, you bonehead.
Shit, if I had something during school, man, fuck school.
No offense, school nowadays is just stupid. You want to know how bad my school is? They're dealing with a gang issue right now. On top of the fact that, okay, you know I'm an autistic. Here's what happened. My mother tells these guys I have certain triggers. Certain things that trigger a negative effect. Okay, guess what they do? My mother tells them not to get in my fucking face when I'm in an episode. They get in my face when I'm losing my shit. And guess what? The SRO gets in my face. I sucker punch the dumbass. Because he got in my face when I was in a flashback.
You know the teacher that you tell them you had, well, with me I have ADHD, dyslexia, schizophrenia, ODD, and dyslexia. So yeah. I'm pretty fucked up. I'm real fucked up. And my teacher, I was asking her to please stop talking so I could do my freaking work, and she, I got to the point where I was pretty mad and shit, but I haven't been taking my pills for about like 2 or 3 years, and I've been like trying to control my episodes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, understandable.
And she caused me like to go from like being happy, and then I started crying. And like I do all my mania shit in my head, like so I don't cause a scene or anything, because I'd be throwing desk, fucking shit everywhere. And I mean,
understandable. I listen, here's what happened to me.
Listen, the bad thing was the principal came in, right? And you know how when she's trying to calm you down and that shit doesn't work? Yeah, I knew that. And during the star test or some shit or whatever it's called, there's 2 other things going on at the same time, and I was on the computer doing my work, and it goes slow and shit, right? So I went to YouTube and watched it, and there was a sub or some bullshit. She's a black lady, not trying to be racist, but
it's fine. I had
caught me on YouTube. Sorry, I'm just into like black women, but anyway. Sorry. Anyway, and she caught me and she told what's her name over there, the main teacher in there, and I'm not gonna name her name for reasons.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I got in trouble in front of everybody. She stopped the class, and I was like, I'm trying to sit here and do my work and wait on you because I raised my hand once or twice, and you're doing tests with 2 different fucking groups. I was so pissed. I went to the counselor, right? The counselor got me. I tried to tell her, and she's like, no, I don't want to hear any of it. That's what fucking pissed me off so bad.
Oh, one of them tried to do that to me. Now, here's what happened.
She's a counselor, you know?
Here's one.
People.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? I was in a mental episode. Now, I was losing my shit, as usual. And all of a sudden, here's what happens. I'm being bullied in the automotive class, so I get in there hoping I'm not going to get in problem. So I'm in the room, all of a sudden she's doing her work and ignoring me, and I'm ignoring her. Mutual respect, correct? She don't bother me, I don't bother her. Motherfucker turns around and tells me I need to get off my ass and do something, and then starts bad shit talking me. I blow up like a 2-ton nuke. And
if the teacher said that to me in class, I'd do the same shit. You want me to get off my ass? Why don't you get up here in the front of the fucking class and actually teach everybody something? Get off your damn fucking phone. Well, I need my phone to for school. You're getting rid of our phones because we're on it so damn much? Fuck you.
In all honesty, you want to know what she did that really fucking set me off?
What?
She knew my mother. She said one of my trigger words. Now, I have a few trigger words that if you say them, I will snap on a dime. Now, my trigger words are stuff that my father has said when we used to live with him. She said the C word, cunt. Now, I'm not going to say that, you know, I was upset. I was royally pissed. Because as soon as she uttered it, my eyes blanked out. Like, I literally lost my mind for just 10 seconds. So she's in there trying...
That's the reason why I don't get into fights, because it's... Okay, I call my friend a hoe, right? Because he's cheating on his girlfriend with another woman. It's like, you fucking hoe, you're cheating on your woman with another woman. And he slaps me across the face. When I tried to resist, right? I hit him across the face. And mind you, he's the first person I've ever hit in my whole life. And I was like about to cry because he was the first person I hit. And he's like, you were scared? No, I wasn't scared from you. I was actually scared because I actually hit somebody.
You want to know what happened that really pissed me off? Now, here's what happened. I'm in the lunchroom. Now, you know how the SRO, like the police officers, are supposed to discharge their pepper spray if some incident's going on? But it has to be of a high priority to do so. This motherfucker fires it, but he misses the targets in question and hits everyone else with the pepper spray. So I get hit with this shit in the back of my... I get hit with this. So all of a sudden, he got me mad. Now, listen, I'm blind as fuck. I'm blind as hell. So you can imagine me pissed. So I go ape shit. So he's sitting there going, Michael, calm the fuck down. I jab slap his ass, deck him, gut check him, and throw him across the room like he's a toy. And I tell, bitch, you calm down and use your pepper spray as it intended, not as a goddamn aerosol. It's not fucking Febreze, you dumbass. Aim it at the assailant. Spray it. Don't aim it everywhere and use it as a goddamn tear gas bomb. It's not tear gas.
Attack, bro. You get what I did there?
Yeah.
It's not an AoE attack. Sorry. I'm a real nerd. I'm not gonna say that I'm really intelligent, but I could sleep in class and just, since like the tests and the schoolwork, the tests are 20% of your grade. All you have to do is your test and you can pass.
No offense. You want to know what's funny? Okay, I was in my automotive class. Now here's what was going on. I'm working on a car that my teacher asked me to, because it had an automotive class in it. So I'm working on the car.
Automotive class.
Yeah, it was one of my special areas to keep me calm, considering I got pissed so often. So they put me in one. So I went for one of those because I needed the space. That, and I just wanted to give it a try, you know.
In my other school, when I started acting hyper and shit, I would go to this room and have like a bike, an exercise bike, and I'd be on that for 30, 40 minutes, still riding away, or I'd get in trouble. Since when I was in pre-K, I got in trouble every day and I was in ISS, and I had to, not pre-K, first grade, and I had to repeat the grade again. Then they found out all the shit, and they had, you know, those people that helped me?
Yeah.
You know, they got you out of class and just, you know?
Yeah,
like
and you ready for this? In Smyrna High, now, I had this one student that apparently had a problem with me. I had never done anything to this guy, so I was normal. He comes up to the back of my skull while I'm working on a car. Now, take this in mind. I've got a pocket, like a tool in my fucking hand. So he slaps me in the back of the skull and says, "Haha, nerd." I turn around and try to cold cock him with a pipe wrench. So I'm chasing his bitch ass across the room as usual. The teacher comes up and tells me, "Mike, calm the fuck down." He hears me go, "Motherfucker, you hit me in the back of the skull one more time, I'm gonna shove this pipe wrench up your ass and rotate it counterclockwise until your teeth come out of your fucking ass." Piss me off again. The SRO gets called. Listen, the SRO gets called, and he comes in and sees me madder than hell because when I'm upset, I'm red-faced. Like I'm one of those people that is Irish slightly, so when I get mad, my face turns red. He wanted none of it. He left me alone.
I'm calm and collective and quiet most of the time, but when I'm tired and I sleep in class, right? Mind you, it was in agricultural class, and we didn't have anything barely to do. And I had music in, right? And my friend comes up there, and the thing is, don't fuck with me when I'm trying to sleep. And so I was sleeping. He pulls out the headphones and was like, "You trying to sleep?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm trying to sleep. Leave me the fuck alone. Go away." So like, all right. I put the headphones back in. He goes to his desk. You know what he does again? Come back over there and sits right beside me and pulls it out. "Hey bro, you sleeping?" The thing that pissed me off, he grabbed like one of these yellow packets, smacked me in the face, and I smacked the desk and I said something so pissed off, and everybody was talking loud. You know, like with me, I have like really, really good hearing. I can listen to music at full blast and still hear people behind me.
Pretty much. Same here.
And that shit pissed me off, and the person came in and was like, "Get him the fuck away from me." Oh.
And here's the thing. In one of my classes, now take this in mind, I was in one of my moods. So I have these mood swings that swap on a dime. Like I could go from happy to pissed off to upset to sad to angry. Like I can slip on a dime.
That's just like my manic shit. You're like really manic high and being like, "Oh bro, I can do everything, man." Then it switches from that to, "Man, where's the fucking knife?"
I know. And here's what happened. Now here's what was going on. Now
but
I'm in the class.
I've never tried to cut myself yet.
Neither have I. But I was in my automotive class, and the damn student kicks me in the balls. That bully. So he kicks me in the testicles, and then I get sent to the doctor. The doctors are afraid they were going to have to take my nuts because he did so much. He had actually gotten them swollen to the size of a golf ball. A golf ball! So the next day, you want to know what I do to him? What the fuck just happened? Internet lag or something? But anyway, folks, like I was saying, the doctors were afraid they were going to have to take them. So, the next day I go in, I kick him straight in the balls with a steel-toe boot as payback for what he did. The teachers get mad at me for doing it. Not mad at the first person who did it. Like, that makes no fucking sense. So if you want to know my opinion, if y'all have seen Smyrna High's rating, do me a favor. Don't send your students, don't send any of your kids there. Smyrna High is not a school you should send anyone to. Send them to it if you want them to get pissed. It's not an option. That school's literally that bad. They do nothing to stop the problem. They only aggro it. That's their one rule. They'll deal with it, but they'll deal with it in a stupid way. And it literally just doesn't make any sense why. No matter how much my mom tried to tell and explain to them, they just didn't listen. Smyrna High is just not a place for anyone. If you're easily high-strung, don't. What happened, Ghost?
Wi-Fi went out.
Sounds about right. But like I was saying, the high school situation was not exactly the best.
Yeah.
But he kicked me
My
in the
Wi-Fi went
balls.
out.
But he kicks me in the balls, and I come back to school, I kick him in the testicles. Which is payback, is it not?
It
So,
is payback.
and guess what? They get
yeah.
they get
I
mad
went
at
to church.
they get
I
mad
went
at
to
me.
church
Go ahead.
for an overnight thing, right? And we were having fun and shit. There was like obstacle course, games, food, all the shenanigans. It was amazing. And then this dude named Bryce, he does crack and he's pretty tall and skinny. And he spits in my face with what's it called? The whipped cream shit. And I smack him in the nuts. It's like, yeah, you spit in my face, I smacked you in the nuts. That's what you deserve. Is that payback?
Yeah, that is. Hang on a second.
Ugh.
A guy, and listen, after the guy kicked me in the nuts, when I came back to school, I kicked him in the nuts with a steel toe boot. That's the ultimate revenge.
You know, is it true that, you know, when a guy gets hit in the nuts, like on anything that you see, you clench your junk and go, because every guy has eventually been hit in the nuts.
Yes.
And it sucks.
Yes, and the thing is with me is,
especially if you get hit in the nuts and you feel it right up in your stomach and you're like,
I almost that's what he did to me. I almost threw up from it.
yeah, I hit the dude that I told you about, and he was on the ground, red face. I was like, yeah, spit in my face again.
But you want to know what the kid said to me after I, you know, smacked him in the dick?
You
He
busted
didn't go,
his nuts.
yeah, and you want to know what his response was?
What? He liked it?
He said, I'll get you for this. I said, get me again, motherfucker. Hit me one more time, and I'm going to hit you twice as hard. Because my mother always told me this. If they hit you in the balls, hit them twice as fucking hard. So,
I'm not that type of fighting person, but you know, I have a limit. Everybody has that limit, you know what I mean? And if you pass that limit, I might snap and break.
yeah. And
I'm not like that. Like, I'm a big, bad, and buff type of dude. I'm medium-sized. Maybe 200-something pounds. Don't know my weight, but anyway.
yeah.
I don't lift anything or anything. But when I'm mad, shit. It doesn't matter about strength or nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you want to know what's funny? Now, the kid I kicked in the nuts, here's what his thought was. He said he would get me back. So, I tell him, yeah, go ahead and try and get me back. The next time, he fucking tried. So he tried to kick me in the nuts. I locked my knees together, and he was not wearing he was wearing a tennis shoe. So when I slapped my knees together, he hit my knees. Hurt his foot a lot more than it hurt my nuts. He said, how did you counter? I go, dude, I can see that shit a mile away. And I said this, you don't need to be a fucking rocket scientist to see someone's gonna kick you in the testes. You did it once.
Yeah. It's just like your own spidey sense. When everybody gets hit in the dick, you see that dude just looking down like, bro, you staring at my junk? You cut check me, right? I'll get you back. You won't even know when I'm gonna hit you. And that's what I tell everybody that hits me in the nuts. And I mean, I use the back of my hand because it hurts a little bit more.
I actually,
you know?
my hand's a little different. My knuckles are a bit more pronounced, and they hurt. And I don't hit you with my fucking fingers. I hit you with the goddamn knuckles. I make sure to hit you with the hardest piece.
Yeah. My hand is flat, right? I go right where the nuts are with my knuckles because my knuckles are pretty hard.
Same here.
And like my first two, they protrude out a pretty good.
My index finger and my middle finger are the ones that are more pronounced than the others, but they hurt a hell of a lot more. But
I got like big hands though and big feet. I wear like size 13 shoes.
20s.
The fuck?
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a Bigfoot, a little bit.
I was about to be like you, the Bigfoot, the mythical Bigfoot, bro, going outside, dressed up in a ape suit and just walking around in mud.
No, but I got giant clod hoppers, I'm gonna be honest. But here's the thing that I told people not to do. Now, with me, I'm a very calm, collected, and loving person. When it comes to people, I'm calm and collected. Like, I can be compassionate and understanding when I want to. When I don't want to, I can be just as big as a jackass as anyone else. But here's what people forget about me. Now, remember how I said my school had a lot of problems? Okay.
Yeah.
The reason the bully was apparently mad at me for, his girlfriend dumped him. Here's why. She had asked, no offense to the guy, she had asked me a personal question. She asked a legitimate, understandable question. Is it her decision? Was it her decision to dump her boyfriend or his?
Hers.
And I said that. He gets mad because she dumps his ass. She asked a legitimate question. You're telling me I can't give her a legitimate fucking answer for it.
Let me tell you something, Matt. I'm one of those people that barely gets girlfriends, and I've had only 3 girlfriends, and I'm 18, right?
24.
And
tried to get 3. Not at the same time, no. I tried to get 3 different girlfriends. But with me, it's kind of harder. Go ahead.
Have you ever noticed when a girl tries to give you like the subtle thing, like I'm into you and that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
That doesn't work with that. It goes over our head. It's just like
no offense.
It's like,
no offense. You want to know what's funny? I've had a girl like actually wink at me a couple times, and no offense, I'm not dense. I'm not stupid like people think. I can actually tell certain cues. My mother has given me certain cues that mean a girl is into you. And I've got them on my mind. So when I see a certain cue thrown in my direction, I let it pass. But when I see someone being a jackass, I just raise an eyebrow and give them the fuck you want, mate look. Because my mother and me have this default look. It's the, what the hell do you want? So,
you know when you have those friends that are saying, oh, we're just, you know when they say, like they roast you, you know what roasting is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that shit, and then it starts to get personal, and you get all pissed off, and you're like, man, I can't believe you just pulled that shit. Just wait. And everybody's around you going, ah! Motherfucker.
Oh no, people have, no offense,
you know?
Bullies have tried to roast me. My mother's given me some not some nice ones, to say the least. I've got some dirty roasts, mean ones. Like, Hunter told me my mother's a slut. I said, well, at least my mom's a slut and not a cunt like yours. That threw him for a loop. Then his buddy Jacob says, well, at least I got a girlfriend. I go, bitch, please. Your girlfriend's only in love with you because you got a lot. He goes, I got a girlfriend. I go, huh, boy, the only reason your girlfriend loves you is because your size is a lot bigger than most men, and you sound like a guy. And the only reason she loves you is as a pity love, not truthful. She's only loving you because she pities you.
You know what I would have told him? Yeah, you might have a girlfriend, but at least I could argue with myself and not a gold digger. Have you ever noticed that? Have you ever noticed that when you're like in high school and shit, and the girls go after the guys with the cars and shit?
Yeah.
And it's like, really? Bitch, you want a free ride when you could walk to the store about 2 minutes right there? Just across from the school? Really?
No offense. My mother actually.
To be honest, I think they go to the boy's house and do some things.
No offense.
Shit, I'm still a virgin.
Same here. And you know what? Want to know what's funny? One of the girls that was saying, I got a boyfriend with a dirt bike. I go, my uncle's got a Harley Davidson Heritage Softail Classic, bitch. Please hit me with something that's a lot harder than that, because a Harley Davidson's a hell of a lot tougher than a damn dirt bike. It takes balls to ride a Harley, not a dirt bike, you bitch. Think before you talk.
My boyfriend's got a Mercedes-Benz SRS McLaren. Your boyfriend's rich and you're just one of those gold diggers. Have you ever noticed those things on videos, right? And and seeing it like the guy's like watching his girlfriend and stuff, not like a pedo or anything.
Yeah, I can
and
understand
it's like one of those catfish type shit, but like a gold digger thing. And she meets up with the dude, and he's got like a Lamborghini and shit. And then the guy confronts her, and then she gets all defensive because she's not doing anything wrong. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah, I had a girl listen, you ready for this?
I'm not gonna cheat on you or anything, but if he got some more money, I'm just gonna take his dick. You know?
Yeah, I've seen that happen. Like
that's why I don't want any girlfriends.
Well, I want a girlfriend,
but you know.
Listen, if you want my opinion on a girlfriend, get a country one. They will love you for who you are and not for the money. They're in it for the long haul. They ain't looking for a damn quick fling or someone with fucking muscle cars and shit. They would love you regardless.
You need a fucking truck. You need some guns, and they gonna fuck you.
Pretty fucking much. Hell, I'm in the sun.
Some beer?
Dude, no offense, I'm Irish. Half the time on St. Patty's Day, I'm always drunk. Literally, you want to know how? You know how some people are a mean alcoholic? I'm a giddy one. I'm a giddy. Like I laugh at anything when I'm drunk.
Yeah, same. When I'm drunk, I'm just like.
No offense.
And I try to like calm myself down, and I just start laughing again. No lie, I drank my mom's tequila rose.
Oh God.
That shit was delicious. And it was a huge ass bottle, and I put it right back in after I drank the whole damn thing, and she got pissed off. She said, "Boy, did you drink all my damn tequila rose?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." She said, "You put it in the damn fucking refrigerator while it's empty?" I was like, "Yeah, I did." She went out that day, bought 2 more, and drank it at the bar.
No offense, you'd laugh at me. I was like in one of my slums, in one of my depressed slums. I decided to get drunk. Now I went in the freezer. My mother has Irish whiskey back there, Celtic honey. That shit is proof. That shit hits you in the chest. That's a lung puncher.
Speaking about that, my mom had some Fireball in there, right?
Oh God! Talk about an ass burner.
Fucking Fireball, right? And it was cinnamon Fireball, right? So my mother was, ooh, cinnamon, and I just started went over there to the sink and started rinsing my mouth. I was like, holy shit!
You know what's funny? I can't listen. My uncle. Now this will make you laugh. Now I had an uncle. This was before he died. He could drink you under the table, drive like a sane person, but be drunk as shit. Like literally, my uncle could have been blasted, drunk, like flat out bone drunk, and he'd still drive like a like he was like nothing had happened. And you know what's funny? Now no offense to my uncle, I love him to death, and I love him still, but I was having problems with one of my uncles, as per fucking usual. Now the guy, I don't know what's wrong with him. He hates me for some unknown forsaken fucking reason. Still ain't figured it out. I've changed since the last time me and him have talked, so I'm not exactly the same person I was. But he won't let it go. So he started throwing insults at me, and I was getting kind of pissed. So I was starting to fume a little bit. My uncle may be drunker and shit, but he can tell when his little nephew is fuming like a monster. So I walk into the garage, you know, to get away from the jackass. Casual, you know?
He follows you, doesn't he?
Yes, and he follows me like a dog. I turned around and I went to deck him. He backed up and said, "You wouldn't hit your uncle." I looked him in the eye and said, "Try me." And I left the room and went outside. My uncle walks up to him, pulls his knife out of his pocket, and looks him in the eye and says, "Fuck with him again, and I will gut you."
Who said that?
My uncle, my other one, the one that's drunk that loves me to pieces. He respected me that much that he would defend me like that. My uncle ever since then backed down, because not only did he piss off one person, I had 3 separate people in the family looking at him with the "we will fucking eat you alive" look. My mother walked up to him and looked him in the eye and said, You want more of those Christmas goodies? Stop fucking with my son, bitch, cause Mamo don't make it. I do. My mother cooks for Thanksgiving and Christmas. That motherfucker thinks my grandmother does. Mamo is blind as shit, yet she's loving as hell. But even she will knock you upside the fucking head. She crazy.
Shit. No, listen, blind people, you don't know, they can't see, but they can sure hear you fucking perfectly. You walking up behind
Damn
them.
right.
You don't know if they know fucking some type of, you know those canes that they have? They can know some karate type shit and whack you in the nuts while simultaneously smacking you in the fucking face with their elbow.
Not really. My grandmother does something more evil. Full moon frying pan. She goes hard. Cast iron full moon. Don't fuck with her. Don't fuck with her. She mean. She don't hit you like small. She hits you and makes the bong sound effect from, you know. She will knock you the fuck out. She may be blind as shit, but it doesn't take it doesn't take a damn rocket scientist to figure out how to hit you in the fucking skull with a full moon.
So, not trying to be weird, and sorry if you get like sorry for me, but I was raped by my dad and mentally abused by my stepdad for a couple of years, and that's the reason why I'm so fucked up. But if I ever find my real dad, I don't know if I'd kill him or strangle him.
Mine, I would probably make it look like a goddamn accident. Mine is the worst of the bunch. Motherfucker's in a wheelchair and he abused me for no fucking reason. You want to know what his first response was? Listen. You want to know what his response was when I was born? Whose is it?
What?
Whose is it?
Really?
Really? My grandmother bitch slapped him up the head for saying that.
My stepdad would mentally torture me like, you little fucking brat, you ain't gonna be fucking nothing. Like that type of shit, but a lot worse. And eventually, I had nothing. I said, I don't fucking love you. Then he starts to cry. But he had a stroke, and he had like his left side paralyzed. You know.
I think he got his comeuppance. God gave him his comeuppance for it.
But listen, my mom had to take care, only her having a job, 9 people. And she could pay everything, right? But now it's just me and my mom, and she could barely pay the bills, and she has a diploma.
Who do you think's paying the bills when I live with my mom? I'm the one doing it. I'm so mentally disabled, I can't even get a driver's license. I'm that bad. But guess what? I let my mother use my disability check to pay the fucking bills because I want to take care of her like she took care of me. It's a bit of
guess what? My school fucked me over so much I had $750 in disability check, right? The school said I was going to graduate this year, which now I can if I do go back. But the person that did something, they fucked my disability check up and we can't have it anymore. It was $750.
You know you could file.
The school fucked that up.
Try for
My mom's
it.
car is messed up too.
You can go back for it and ask for a specialist. If you ask for a specialist, they will give you a perfect specialist and they will fucking get it. Like, my school tried to fuck my checkup, but guess what? I'm so mentally fucked, they couldn't touch it. It's that bad. Like, literally, you want to know my IQ? My IQ is the lowest spectrum. Low. As in, it's not even existent. They can't fucking touch it.
I don't know why, but you sound...
Say again?
About, like, Bible stuff.
Say again? Your mic glitched out about halfway through that.
Honest News, he talks about, like, Jesus and stuff and preaches and stuff on YouTube.
Yeah. I've been told I sound like that. I'm not really like that. I just sound like it. But to be fucking honest,
I know.
But to be honest, with my disability, I'm not hateful with it. I don't just fucking flaunt it around like it's nothing. I just use it as it's intended. I pay bills with the damn thing. I don't do nothing but that. Hell, my mother's trying to get disability. And guess what's wrong with her? She's had a piece of her neck taken out, her piece of her spine taken out, Not only that, she's got chronic headaches that have a tendency to make her throw up, migraines from hell. She also has a heart problem.
I have a
speculated one. I don't know for sure. She also has. You ready for this? Her back is so royally fucked up, she can't bend over without it causing her discomfort.
My mom has an S-shaped back, and her back hurts a lot. She smokes a lot. She drinks a little. But,
my mom used to smoke, but she quit.
I told my mom to stop smoking, stop drinking. You know why you're coughing and hacking all the time? It's probably because you've been smoking for a long. She's worked ever since she was like 14 to 16. So I don't even remember when my mother got even fucking married, to be honest. But you know, bro, I have really bad memory. Like,
same
really
here.
Bad.
No offense, I had to be hypnotized to forget my fucking past. That's how bad it is. Like my therapist had to hypnotize me just to get rid of my past, so I didn't remember it at all.
By the way, I don't know if it's me or a special gift, but hypnotizing shit doesn't work on me. Like
I think it's a gift. God gives you special abilities. Sometimes they're awkward. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Let me tell you something. At the park, right? I'm not trying to be delusional or something. I put my hands together, right? And I imagined for a good, like, 30 minutes that there was a dark, rainy cloud in my hand with lightning, and I swear to God, it looked so fucking real that it actually happened.
Oh, for fuck's sake, the lawnmowers are... Okay, these lawnmowers are retarded. They're managing to move a motorhome.
Kobe, shut up! My dog Sophie is blind in at night. Just imagine having a dog that's blind, right?
Don't imagine, I already do.
Alright, you're sleeping in your bed, right? And you're having a good dream.
So, no offense, you want to know what dog my grandmother has that I love to bits?
Huh?
Deer head-shaped Chihuahua.
Chihuahua?
She's adorable. We named her Trixie Sue. She's got a deer skull-shaped head, but she's adorable. Not only that, she loves everyone. Like, she's not hostile, she's not mean, she's borderline caring. Like, that motherfucker will lick you even if you're a mean person. She doesn't care.
My dog Sophie does that, but Sandy, we call her Sandy Sue, like her last name Sue.
Aww.
And she's because she's like she looks sandy pretty much, but she's like I don't know what sand color. And then Toby. The reason why I nicknamed my dog Sophie Bears is because she's a mutt and she looks like a fucking bear.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Seriously.
It's understandable. I believe it.
I got a Chihuahua mix with a long-haired terrier, and he's so amazing because I could. Hey, Jacob. Anyway, he's so adorable.
But you want to know what really the thing is?
You know why he's so adorable?
Why?
He smiles. He smiles and cuddles.
No offense.
I mean, like cuddle.
You know what's funny? Trixie Sue, no offense to her, she's old now. She ain't got no fucking teeth. She's blind as hell and she's deaf as hell. But for some damn reason, she just does not care. Like, she's got her tongue always hung out and she's loving to bits.
Yeah, my dogs have been through some shit. Like, well, JP, he was really bad. He had really bad anger problems. Like, I'm serious. He almost hit his dad. And his brother used to, like, beat him a lot. Like, I mean, seriously, he was on the ground getting fucking stomped on and kicked all the shit.
Yeah.
That's how bad they were.
That reminds me of Timmy, my dad's dog. My dad had a Chihuahua.
JP tried to hit Doyce, which is one of my stepdad John's, the one that mentally tortured me. Dad, and JP and Cody was his brothers, and JP tried to hit Doyce. They did like crack and shit, and I hear him, "Get the fuck off of me!" And Cody was on top of him. He's like, "Don't ever try to fucking hit our dad. I'm gonna fucking you know, like that type of thing. I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was about like 13, 14, and you know, that shit's fucking scary for a kid like that.
No shit. Like, you shouldn't cuss around a 13-year-old. 14 to 15 either. 16 to 17, it's okay because they're technically getting to adult stages, which is under-fucking standable. But you should never,
Bro,
no offense, you want to know how bad my dad was? He cussed around a 3-year-old. Me! I was a baby and he did nothing but swear. He said every naughty word in the book. Non-stop. He cussed non-stop.
Coming from you, you said naughty word. That's hilarious to me.
Well, I am Southern.
I'm from fucking Texas.
Tennessee, boyo. Tennessee. Smyrna,
You
Tennessee.
want some Bud Light? I hate Bud.
I hate it as well. No offense, liquor tastes too fucking chalky for me. Liquor tastes too chalky for me.
Like vodka and shit. I've never had vodka, but I've had some 89 proof, and that shit hit the back of my. I think it was not Jack Daniels, but some type of Jack, or like that type of brand. And
yeah. Oh god. Damn.
Straight up shot, and that hit the back of your throat like a bullet. It was like. It's actually better with ice. That's why they put ice in it, because it takes the alcohol out of it.
Yeah. But you want to know what really pissed off, like, my father for some reason? No. For some reason, my dad had a hate against my mother and me. For no fucking reason. And here's the thing. He used to beat my mother. And me on top of that. So I was being mentally and physically beaten by my father. But my father quit when I finally snapped one day when my mother was getting the divorce set up. And here's the thing that's more heartless than anything. I don't even think your uncle or father or stepfather would have stooped this low. The only reason he wanted me was the trust fund on me.
My actual dad doesn't even pay child support. He doesn't even. Okay, my sister went up there to live with him for a time, right? And she got pregnant by her husband, Roderick. He's black. And North Carolina, you know, there's some racist, real racist people up there. Not trying to offend anybody in North Carolina, but shit. That's where I used to live.
It's fine, it's fine. To be honest, I've heard a lot of the racist shit.
My dad, I can't even describe him. He was like a biker type dude. He's like, you know what? Bad biker dude. Yeah. He had not manic bipolar, but he told his girlfriend that he doesn't have a son or a daughter. He has told everybody, since it's a small town, that he doesn't have a son or daughter. That's
a fucking lie.
And listen, he's so I can't even describe how mentally fucked up he is. But up there he's one of those manipulative type dudes who says he's gonna beat the shit out of you, but he doesn't.
No offense, if that motherfucker ran into me, no offense, if the motherfucker ran into me and said, I'm gonna kick your ass, first thing I would do is knock his teeth out, second, grab him by the jugular, third, knock his ass out. I used to go to karate, so I know a few tricks of the trade. Not only that, my mother taught me how to fight dirty.
I've never gotten in a real true fight where it's bloody, but the reason why I don't fight or ever get in a fight, because I don't want to harm anybody, you know? I'm just that nice type of dude. But, you know, if somebody hits me across the face, my first instinct is punch him.
No offense, I broke someone. No offense, I damn near broke the bully's jaw when he hit me once. No offense, I look like I'm weak as piss, like I'm thin, you know, like scrawny looking. Don't let that fool you. I hit like a truck. I'm that damn strong. Like, and you know what's funny? The bully hits me and says, "Hit me, motherfucker." I hit him once. Knocked his ass out.
In about like 6th or 7th grade, there's this kid named TJ. He did like weights and shit. And you know, like the muscular people on their neck. I
Yep.
have like a little bit of muscle on my neck to like because of my. I was born with really wide shoulders, like
Yeah.
wide. And I told him, if you, you know, there's like this trick where you hit like the side right where you know their neck is, or like that. Yeah, I said, I could, I said something about a pressure point, and I said something. And he's like, no, you can't. I was like, don't tense up, or you're probably not gonna breathe or something. He's like, do it. He tensed up, and I hit him right in the neck. He was like, you know, because I hit like a vital spot or something. I probably could have killed him, but I was like, you told me. I told you, or some shit like that. You never know what somebody could do. You don't know if they know karate or...
You know what's funny? Okay, I want you to listen to this. Now, in my opinion, I'm like one of those small type fellas. I look like I'm weaker than I am. Like, listen.
Yeah.
So, the bully is telling me I'm not tough. I'm not tough. I'm not strong. And he starts talking all kinds of shit. Now, there's the heavy object in the classroom. Like, you know those really heavy fucking, in an automotive class, there's these really heavy items?
No, I've never had automotive class. So
Well,
no.
in my automotive class, my teacher had like a box full of like old tire weights. He had like a shit ton of them. Like, I mean a metric shit ton. Guess what? He told me to take the box and put it in the back of his truck. The box weighed like 100 and 250 pounds. Guess what? Everyone in the class tried to pick it up and none of them could. Hunter tried, he nearly hurt himself. So guess what? I walk up, picked it up with one fucking arm. One! Walked it outside and put it in the back of the dude's truck. The teacher looks at me funny and says, what the fuck? Hunter says, where the fuck and how the fuck? I say, first off, I'm country. Second, I've lifted 2x4s that are heavier than that. Jesus, you're a pansy. And you call yourself a bully.
I used to be like really skinny compared to how I am. I would lift like fucking huge ass tree limbs. Like fucking like, I don't know how big around it was, but it was thick. I mean, fucking thick.
Yeah.
And long. Not trying to be weird.
No offense, everyone else on the internet is like that. However, I can tell the difference. No offense, like, my uncle, like, here's how I am. You say that type of shit, I don't think of it weirdly, like most people. I think of it like a smart person, like somebody who's got 2 fucking brain cells more than the other idiots. Like, I sound like I'm smart, but I'm physically not. Like, there are some things that fly over even my head. Like, here's the thing. One of my teachers gave me a complex math problem. Now, no offense to the person, but he should have got off his ass and helped me. So he gave me a calculator and told me to figure it out. Guess how bad I was actually having a problem with? I had a fucking nosebleed. Was nauseated, and my head was spinning.
Damn.
Yeah, when you give me complex math problems, that's what happens.
I wouldn't say that if I really tried in school, I could be an A or B honor roll, but I just slept most of the time because school is really not that worth going to.
No,
listen,
really.
The reason why I say this is because sorry, my throat's messed up.
Yeah, it's fine.
Anyway, because back then they made school for like industry purposes.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you can make millions just by one idea. And you know, okay, just imagine this. The teacher is the person that teaches, right? And they've been taught by older people, and then so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is just passing the same information on continuously down through generations. Oh, do this and do this, do this, do that. We throw you out, you graduate, you're on your own. Defend for yourself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because the school doesn't teach you how to fucking pay your bills, get a job. Well, algebra, yeah, me, mainly school is for talking to my friends, and I wouldn't say I would hate it. I liked biology and learning about animals and shit. Well, I still love Animal Planet, but anyway. And in school, I get distracted. I hear a sound of like, hoot. Like, you know, those dogs, hoot, squirrel. And I'm just like, looking all over the room, not doing my work and shit. Like, get to work! Sorry. Or I doodle a little bit. I went off track a lot, didn't I?
Not really.
But anyway, I just don't like school in general. To be honest, if you never went to school, you would probably learn more about how to handle life. If they would give less homework in school and more about, like, kids, they're like, oh, it's so boring. I'd be like, you know what, kids, stand up. We're about to run around the school for about, like, for the whole class period. Or some shit, we could go outside and play a little bit, and we could come inside. And, you know what I mean? Have fun. That's what I told this to a teacher. You know why kids are so dimmed down? Because they're not having enough fun. Their ideas are getting shut down. And pre-K, what do you want to be? Astronaut, school teacher, police officer, high school. What do you want to be? I don't know. What do you want to be? Scientist. Get your grades up and get your grades. You know? School is like it's like a battleground. You get an A, you get an A, you get an A. You know? It's all about a battle of...
It's a battle of attrition, technically.
Grade. Yeah, it's whoever gets the highest grade gets to do the better shit. To be honest, all the D people, I'm not trying to be weird or perverted, and the C people would probably go on to do better things than the AB people. You know?
Yeah.
Because they have more creativity. Okay, I wanted to design this thing, right? You know, for like bigger people with big ass thighs, and when they're walking, it rubs up against themselves, right? So the product would like push their thighs in more, and it's like that, like not like tight, but like a strap-on leg brace.
Yeah.
But it'd be like for your thighs. I can make millions off of that. You see?
Yeah. Oh god, I'm having
people.
Like,
you know?
Right. And the reason I got out of high school was because my sanity was the reason. Like, my therapist, like, here's what my therapist said. She said I needed to get out of there or I would lose my marbles. It was that bad. Like, they didn't do their job at all. Like, you know how the school's supposed to stop bullying instantly? My school...
Yeah, that's what I was about to go into, especially the bullying part.
Yeah,
Even your friends. And they're like, oh, I'm just playing with you, bro. They're like, bro, that ain't playing around. Your words could potentially kill somebody.
I
You
know.
what they're fucking
That's what my middle school
doing.
told us. My middle school stated, any insult, any manner, way, shape, and form can cause someone some pain and grief. It's not worth.
And by the way, if you said something bad about somebody and they go home and kill themselves, you're going to jail because you... Well, if they find out that you said something. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a voluntary manslaughter, right?
Right.
And to be honest, the way that I talk to you, do I sound like seem very intelligent?
Not really.
Or
it's not really... You sound like you're in between.
But anyway...
You've got ideas, but your ideas are great in their own way.
Yeah.
My ideas, what I wanted to do for my life was mechanical work. Because you give me a tool, you set me up with something, I can get that motherfucker fixed in 10 seconds flat.
That's probably impossible, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? My teacher gave me, like, listen, there was a car in his classroom. Nobody had been able to figure out what was wrong with it. So guess what? He says he's going to go and do something. He's going to find some parts for it. He doesn't leave for 2 seconds and he sees the car's running. Guess what I was doing? I was underneath it. I was like underneath it, figuring it out. Like figuring out what was causing it, how it was messed up, what exactly was making the problem, figuring out what was actually making said issue not work. Guess what I figured out?
What?
The motherfucker who built it wired it incorrectly.
No.
Wiring harness was a goddamn mess. Like literally, the wiring harness was tied up in 3 different areas. It looked like a goddamn. It was so fun.
What YouTubers set up would be all those wires.
Yeah, it looked like that, but it was all tangled, mangled. Hell, there was even some gashes in the wiring, for fuck's sake. So guess what I did? I went into the. Listen, my automotive teacher had like all kinds of wiring harnesses and stuff to fix it. So I just casually go into the mechanical room and I grab some wires out. So I casually replace all the wiring. And I turn the key, the engine starts like nothing happened. So the kid beside me then gets hostile and says I fucking cheated. I told him this. Yeah,
you can't cheat on a vehicle.
I said this, dude, I didn't cheat. It's called standard mechanical knowledge. Have a mother who knows how to work on a car, motherfucker. Then you'll start knowing what cheating is.
I've always wanted to ride a crotch rocket or a Harley.
I've ridden a Harley before. It was my uncle's. The Harley Davidson Heritage Softail was the best one. I still miss him.
Do you know what I mean when you ride with your motorcycle and you're like, oh yeah, this feels so good. It's the first time you ever ride yeah. Like that. I've never really rode anything like that.
I was close to. I was really close to, but my uncle died before I got the chance. My uncle died of a heart failure at 40.
Shit, I could have a heart attack any moment because I had 14 holes in my heart.
Kind of reminds me of my grandmother. Quadruple heart. For fuck's sake. My grandmother had quadruple heart bypass.
I got ventricular septal heart defect, and one of the holes was on the valve that pumped blood through the body.
Main artery.
Pin drops of blood into my lungs.
You've got a main hole in one of your main artery ways. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but they put patches on it, and you know what? And the doctor said like, yeah, after a while, yeah, you could go play football and shit. But before it was like that, if you get hit, there's a chance of your chest opening. I think they glued it in or some shit or stapled. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm not risking playing football and shit get hit and everything just open and see my heart. That'd give people nightmares.
Yeah.
Just imagine a player on the ground going.
No offense. No offense. I have something that most people don't. You know how most people have diabetes? Me and my mother have hypoglycemia.
Ooh.
Hypoglycemia is where we have a high metabolism and where our bodies burn off more sugar than we can fucking produce. So the reason I got in trouble in high school was because I was drained. You want to know why I was drained? Remember how I said hypoglycemia means our bodies burn off all the sugar?
I wish I had that shit.
Literally, I couldn't go 2 minutes without having a Pepsi in my system. That's how bad it was. Like literally, one of my teachers took away my Coke, walked away and put it on his desk. He watched me and I fell asleep in 10 seconds.
Yeah, I do that a lot too.
No, but the way I did it was, you ready for this? I fully went to sleep for like 4 hours. I was out. When I get drained, I physically shut down. You can literally, you can set a firecracker off next to me. I still wouldn't wake up.
Bro, I slept in the lunchroom, right? You know, like how the lunchroom is loud as supposed to be in here. Hey, you know what? Across the fucking room, I slept through it.
No offense, I slept through one of my teacher's monologues.
Oh, you know what the biology teacher did to me? I was sleeping and he threw water on me. And I woke up and I was like, whatever, I'll try to go back to sleep. He's like, really?
No offense, no offense, one of my teachers caught me sleeping. Guess what he tried to do?
What?
You know how they have those fucking... He took a water bottle, drowned me in it, And guess what?
Drowned you in it.
He doused me, technically. He just fucking soaked me.
Yeah,
So,
but my biology teacher had a fucking gallon pitcher and poured it on me.
no offense, if he did that to me, I would not have woke up at all. Like, literally, my mom... You want to know what my mom calls it? Dead to the world. Because I'm physically drained to the point where I have no energy at all, and there's not even enough to get me up. So guess what? One of my teachers managed to get me up. He gave me my Pepsi back and said, watch this. After getting my Pepsi in my system, 3 hours later, I was still up. Functioning just like normal. He then said, he has hypoglycemia. Don't do that!
Oh, yeah.
And you know what's funny? He had an assistant, my counselor had an assistant. Now, no offense to her, she was nice, but she had a tendency to get blunt. I don't like people being blunt. It pisses me off.
Defined by blunt.
She says what she means, and she means it.
Oh. Well,
So,
I'm sometimes like that because it's just how I am.
yeah, and I can understand that. I can work around that. But what she said pissed me off. Like, literally. She called me, I quote, unquote. She said, I was lazy as fuck and a good-for-nothing cunt. I went off like a bomb. You want to know how bad I blew up? Normally, I wouldn't hit a person, a woman. I wanted to throttle her. Mr. The teacher that helps me, he had to literally he had to hold me back because I was hostile. You do not say those words in front of me. You usher one of my trigger words, boom! You got a nuke on your hands. And
By the way, I slept so much during school, they sent me to a different school, right? One of those, like, correction schools. Like, not like the military one. Yet. Yeah. The reason why I said yet, because he sent me to one of those. Okay, I slept in the military school, right? It was, like, some, like, military school. And if you sleep, you get, like, this small round circle, and with, like, a peg on it, and you have to balance yourself on that, not trying to fall asleep. I slept on the damn thing. No lie, and then I didn't do work for about 2 days. Would this piss you off really bad? Okay, I didn't do work for 2 days and slept most of the time. You know what they did? Since I was in the place where the
correctional
fake drill sergeant, I would call him. Yeah, I would call him fake drill sergeant because he's a fake. You know what I mean? But he told me, get up, do push-up position. It was about around 8. And I leave at 3. By the time I was done doing the push-up position, it was lunchtime. 4 hours I had to hold the push-up position. 4 hours.
No offense, I can fall asleep standing up. That would be no fucking problem. No, not only that, you want to know what's funny? I actually fell asleep with my eyes open once. I got sick and tired of getting in trouble, so I faked like I was awake. I kept my eyes open, but I was sleeping. Motherfucker didn't know I was asleep either. He didn't know I was asleep either. He thought I was actually contactively listening. The teacher beside me noticed I wasn't moving. She walked over and went to tap me, and I fell over. But the reason I did that was I passed out.
The reason why I was so tired is because my pills, they had me on my ADHD. You know.
Yeah, the pills, sometimes those pills had a bad chance of making you fall asleep. I understand. I get what you mean.
150 milligrams, bro. That was max.
260.
That shit was strong.
One of mine was like 160 or something, or 200 or something. I don't remember what
that they could do was 150 because it'd be like an overdose. I had my ADHD medicine, my bipolar medicine, and something else. I had to take 3 things in ISS and I passed out. I thought I almost overdosed. Because there was an unbalanced chemical thing when you take like 3 different pills. And
Yeah, I had that happen quite often. I had a chemical imbalance half the time. I had those times as well.
And when I got off my pill, okay, I took this sleeping pill, right? Never take sleeping pills that these fucking doctors give you. Oh, okay, I took one, right? Because with me, with my ADHD and all the shit that I have, I could stay up for about 2 or 3 days straight if I wanted to.
No offense.
Without sleeping.
They gave me 2.5. Because I couldn't sleep, period. I have real bad insomnia. Like to the point where I could literally... You know what's funny? For 1 week, I was up 4 days straight.
But you felt like shit. When you fell asleep, you slept for about like 2 or 3 days.
No, I slept for a week. That's how bad my sleep is. When my sleep is fucked to hell in a handbasket, you leave me alone for 2 hours, I'll fall asleep. But if you completely keep aggravating me, I will stay up.
I've had like where I was so tired one time because I did some business, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Only men would know, and women. But anyway, I did some of that until 3:30 of doing some stuff. If you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Going to some websites and things. And I went to school, right? I stayed up all night. I was so tired, when I tried to lay my head on the desk, I smacked my head from sitting up straight on the desk and I didn't feel anything.
No offense.
Every time I felt the teacher look up this way, I'd spring up and be like, yeah.
No offense, I couldn't even do that. You would say something, I would sleep through it.
No, because I felt him looking at me. It's a weird thing. You know how when people look at you and you feel that?
Yeah, I feel it, but the problem with me is my sleep is so fucked sometimes. You can look at me all you want, it ain't gonna wake me up.
Shit. I get aggravated when somebody tries to wake me up. Is that just me in general, or is that most of everybody?
No offense, I get ornery when people piss me. Like, when I'm half asleep, if I ain't slept well, I get really ornery. Like, I become angry as fuck. Like, you say something wrong to me, I blow up.
Have you ever had that day when you're sleeping and you wake up and you're just pissed off as shit? Like, anybody fucking says one thing wrong, I'm fucking, not like killing them, but doing some shit to them.
Yeah, I was like that for 3 days straight. Like, my sleep had been royally fucked up, so I had been aggravated all day. One of the teachers decides to, you know, throw an insult out. Now, it wasn't that... Oh, for fuck's sake.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah,
the insult...
Did you hear that just a minute ago?
Yeah.
Just imagine that, but louder and going towards the bathroom, so about 3 or 4 seconds of that when you're sleeping. I'd be like, Sophie, shut the fuck up and come lay down. I'm trying to fucking sleep.
No offense.
My mom works from 5 p.m. to 3:30 a.m.
You know what's funny? Like, my teachers told me I should, like, learn how to think. I told him, like, one of my teachers said, I need to get off my ass and think. I told him to shut his bitch ass up before I'd knock his teeth out his throat. I was that aggravated.
So you're the fighting type?
I'm volatile when I'm not. When I ain't slept, I'm volatile.
So you're like an IED. You know what an IED
Exactly.
is?
You piss me off, I blow up. Like, and you know what the funny part is? The teacher told me to calm the fuck down and take a chill pill.
That doesn't help. It makes us angrier.
Exactly, and you know what he's and the way he said it really fucking made me mad. So what? So he says it in a way that pisses me off excruciatingly bad. So I'm coming home, like I'm going to my mom's car. He decides, you know, to try and tell my mother that he had to tell me to take a chill pill. My mom wanted to bitch slap him. She looked him in the eye and said, dude, that shit does not work. That makes it worse. She goes, I'd like to see you have fun with him tomorrow, because I guarantee you he ain't going to be happier then. The next day, guess what happens? I'm still aggravated, but I'm really aggravated when I'm in his room. So, in his classroom, I'm belted up. I ain't saying a word. He says, oh, finally I get the quiet one. I detonate. Like, as soon as he said it, I go, what? I'll look him in the eye and say, motherfucker, if you try me one more time, I will turn this room upside down. He goes, is that a threat? I said, no, it's a motherfucking promise. I don't make empty threats, bitch. I never have. Like, I really don't. I threaten you, I mean it entirely. Like, one guy actually pissed me off in high school. Like, he had, you know, he was saying all kinds. He was the kind of person that talks shit and thinks he's a big and bad motherfucker. He talked shit to me nonstop. Yeah. So he said, I bet I could kick your ass. I said, I guarantee you it wouldn't end the way you'd expect. He goes, why is that, bitch? I go, because I'd end up having you on the floor and dragging you across the floor like a goddamn 2x4, throwing you into the wall like a damn bag of potatoes. He goes, you wouldn't. I said this, wouldn't I? He shut up right then and there.
With me, I'm not that. I hold it all inside, you know. When I get mad,
can't. If I hold it inside, I become more volatile. One of my teachers, no offense, one of the teachers told me to hold it in, hold all my anger in. I held it in for 3 weeks straight. The next person that said something wrong, I detonated. A lot worse than it would have been if I detonated beforehand, because the more I hold it, the more volatile I become.
Oh yeah, it's like holding a piece of sulfur, right? You're like, hold on to it, and somebody adds a gallon.
Or somebody, or holding in a fart. The more you hold it in, the worse it gets. And you know what the teacher said? He told me. And until you're holding it in so much, and then that one person that pisses you off, you're gonna break something. Yeah. You want to know how bad it was? The kid said this word.
What?
Nigga. That's all he said, and I picked the desk up and chucked it at him. Like it was what?
Was he white?
No! I picked up the full desk. Not with him in it. I picked up my desk, chucked it across the room. He didn't like me after that. He decided to belt up. The teacher said, I guess that's why you don't hold it in. My automotive teacher was actually cracking a laugh, because he knew it was going to happen. He told him, I guarantee you, if he holds it in, he's going to detonate like a 10-ton nuke, and you're going to have a bomb on your hands that is more volatile than you'd expect. He goes, I guarantee it ain't going to be. He goes, my teacher walks up.
Black?
Listen.
Was the kid black?
No!
Sorry.
White!
I'm not trying to be racist.
He was white! Now, I don't mind it when African Americans say it. It makes sense. That doesn't bother me. But when a white person says it to a black person, that sets me off. I hate when they do that.
What if it's like just, what's up, mate, and then shake hands like they're friends?
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. Like I told you, I can tell by vocal cues and how they use it. Like, I'm that kind of volatile. I can tell the difference. I'm smarter than I look.
I'm that type of person that sits in the back, just observing everyone's, like, how they walk, how they talk.
Yeah.
I'm weird like that.
Same here. But you want to know what one girl did that actually? Now, listen, this is what happened. Now, when you hurt a girl, I become more volatile. Like, you insult a woman, I become even worse. So imagine me holding it in and having a woman insulted or girl insulted in front of me. That's going to cause a bigger explosion. And it happened once. My mom was actually laughing her ass off when it did, because it was outside. Now, no offense to the girl, she had been quite mean to me previously. But like my mom always told me, don't hold a grudge, let it go. And I did. But her boyfriend decided to, you know, he grabbed her and threw her against the wall and said, you're coming with me. I grabbed him by the back of his... I grabbed him by the back of his shirt collar, chucked him over my shoulder into the floor, grabbed him by the throat, and proceeded to strangle. I choked his ass out. I didn't kill him, but I choked his ass out. You want to know what his buddy said?
Huh.
What do I tell him? I looked him in the eye and say, if he insults a woman in my presence again, I won't be as reasonable. I looked the girl in the eye and told her, if he gives you any problems, give me a holler. I'll be there faster than that motherfucker can think.
You'd be like the fucking Roadrunner.
Yeah, no, I said I'll be like the Terminator. I'll be back. And I said it in the most Arnold Schwarzenegger voice ever. My mother was laughing her ass off. And it was outside. What?
I have a beard growing.
I have a goatee growing that ain't growing right still. I got this one bald spot on my like literally, I have this one fucking bald spot on my chin that still ain't growing right.
Bro, I have, you know, like right underneath your chin, I have 2 bald spots, like about, I don't know, an inch on both sides, and there's just one strip, and it just looks like somebody's ass cheeks just sit right there, like a mini, like a fuck. Yeah, it's weird.
I know. Mine's this weird. Like, I have this one weird-ass cowlick that makes it impossible to comb my hair. Like, literally, you comb my hair to the left, the cowlick fucks up. You comb it to the right, it fucks up.
Ever since I was little, I had, like, the like, twisted, like, mangled hair, and I'd always twist my hair because it's, like, a soothing mechanism for me, you know what I mean?
I have my own soothing mechanism. You know those foxtails? Dude, you know those foxtails? I keep one of those around.
Yeah.
Anything soft is my calming mechanism. But you take that away from me, I become volatile. My uncle actually, one day on Thanksgiving, you want to know what happened? One day on Thanksgiving, I had the foxtail with me, because I was, you know, since my uncle was going to be there, the one that I hate, the one that I want to strangle.
Let me tell you something. Okay, I was charging my phone in class, right, since we're having, okay, I just plugged my phone in. I put it like a ways away from, so I don't use it.
Yeah.
It was off, right? The teacher comes over, grabs it, and my fucking 15-foot charger. Takes it. I was like, what are you doing? Why are you taking my phone? I'm just charging it. I didn't say you could have it out. I was like, I'm just charging my phone. I don't care. Then she was like, well, you could, take it. Mind you, she was a woman. And at the time, you know, like, don't mess with somebody's phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had a similar issue. Like, I would have something on my desk, but I wouldn't let them touch it. Like, I had a toy car on my desk, which that was my first calming mechanism. Bitch tried to take it. I grabbed her wrist and refused to let go. Officer Acton went to tase me. He did tase me, and guess what? My arm did not let go. I got the death grip. When I grab you, I refuse. And it doesn't matter how much pain you put into me, I will refuse letting go. My mother just looked the teacher in the eye and said, back your hand away, unhand the object. She unhands it, my arm lets go. My mother then said these words, don't grab it again. He will break your arm. Because I've got that death grip, and when my hand, no offense, when I get tased, my arm locks up. Like,
if I get tased, I'd probably have a heart attack.
Same here. But the only reason he didn't tase me was because he was...
You'd probably survive. I have holes in my heart.
I have a my mother has a heart no offense, I hate saying this, my mother has a heart condition.
No, if you had a heart condition.
No, I do have a heart condition. It's my mother's. It's the same one. Me and my mother have the same heart condition. The only reason Officer Acton didn't tase me was because he knew my hand wouldn't let go regardless. Officer Lewis about it. You know what's funny? His lower officer, the one that worked with him, she went to tase me. He grabs her arm and says, I wouldn't try it. She goes, well, I have to do something. He said, he looks the woman in. Now, he's the one who told her. He goes, let go of the object. She lets go and I let go. He goes, reach for it again and watch his response. She reaches, I reach for her. He goes, you see the problem there? Conflict of interest. Leave it alone. He ain't doing nothing with it. So she leaves it alone. My next teacher actually physically took it off my desk and went to put it in his desk. Guess what? He left the room. I got up out of my chair, reached in his desk, broke the handle off, broke the lock off, and opened the desk drawer. I broke his desk open. You don't lock my shit up without me breaking your desk. So he said, "Why? How'd you get that back?" I said, "I broke your desk drawer open." He goes, "You did not." The kid beside me said, "Dude, I watched him do it. He broke that fucker like it was nothing." And look, he tells my mom, like, he says this, "Your son broke my desk drawer." She said, "Did you take his object of interest?" "Yes." "There's your problem."
Yeah. Well, I have never been that mad besides like my friend hitting me in the face, and I never knew I had a trigger like that when somebody takes something.
No offense, you didn't know. Nobody knows they have a trigger until someone does it. But the last thing that really made me mad. Now this was one thing before. This is the second time that it happened. The teacher had already been told not to fuck with me. So I had this object on my desk that I really loved. It was one of my most beloved objects.
Yeah, when I was little, I liked to mentally torture like the teachers, and I accidentally made one of them quit because of me.
Yeah, I think every one of us has done that at some point.
And then I mentally tortured my friend and saying some stuff, and then whenever it was all done, the teacher brought me out, and he was like, my friend, you know?
Yeah.
And the teacher, and my attitude changed, like, I was like, what the hell? Where did that attitude come from? You know, I was like all sweet and gullible. I was like, what the hell?
No offense, no offense. I have these spells. Now, this is what happened. My teacher took the object. Guess what it was? It had been the first thing I had ever gotten from my grandmother. It had been most beloved to me. She took it and put it in the locker behind her. It said I couldn't have it until the end of the school year.
Oh.
Motherfucker watched me pull the locker down. Like, she had, you know, those filing cabinets? I walked up to it. She said, "Good luck getting it open." I grabbed both sides of the door. I yanked. You could just hear metal groaning. I broke it off the fucking hinges. I rendered the locking mechanism useless. Not only that, I broke the door so bad, I bent it inward. I pulled so hard.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty easy with those things.
No, this is the old one. The old one.
Oh, okay.
That motherfucker, no offense, I almost pulled the bitch down. So after I broke the door open, she went, "Okay,
Is it like one of those stainless steel looking ones, or like the metal ones? Oh,
yes! Okay. I broke one of those with just brute strength. And then, you know what's funny? Her friend then comes in and goes, "Here, I got it." She puts it in her desk. She puts it in the desk next to me. I look at it, I glare at the teacher, and she goes, "Try and get it now." I turn the desk around. She sees me flip it upside down, mentally figure out where the mechanism is. Guess what I do? I break the locking mechanism with one swift pull. Break the door off, and guess what? I flip the desk back over and look her in the eye and say, "Try it again. I guarantee you ain't gonna like it." And she told me to stop breaking shit. I told her to stop taking shit from me. What?
How tall are you? How tall are you?
6'3".
Like in that grade when they were taking shit from you.
Almost. I don't know. Probably about 4 foot. No, actually, I'm about 6'5". I was about 6'5" when that shit was happening. I'm about 6'6" now.
I don't know how tall I am. To be honest, I really don't.
Neither do I. I forgot.
11.
No offense. When you get to a certain age, you forget how fucking tall you are, and it doesn't matter how much you think. You just fucking forget physically. And it's understandable, and I can understand where you're coming from.
It's like, wait, what? You know?
Yeah, and
sometimes
you know what's...
when you're talking, oh, bro, I have such good selective hearing. You could be talking to me for a good hour, and I'd be like, huh? What do you say? You did not just hear the whole story I talked to you? No, I wasn't listening.
No offense, I have like mental I could literally forget what I was talking about in 3 hours. That's how my mentality goes.
Yeah. With me, it's about, what did I do yesterday? I remember bits and pieces of it, but I was like, huh? Did I really do that? No. I'm going back to sleep.
No, in all honesty, there was one thing one of my teachers did that I really hated. And this type of stuff pisses me off. You do this to me, I become a little bit more aggravated. Now, I like being nice. I dislike being mean.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
I get where you come from.
But when people push me to my limit, I do have a limit. And it does eventually blow up. And I don't become the nice person when I blow up. I become hostile.
Yeah. I get very irritated. Like, if somebody keeps on doing it, I was like, bro, stop. Stop, bro.
No offense, people, I tried being like that. People wouldn't listen to me, so I decided to do something about it. I physically have something in my mind that literally is a limiter, but half the time I forget it's there. But you want to know what the person did that was starting to get on my last nerve?
The bad thing, if you try to fight one of like the manic people or like what you have, you don't know what's gonna happen. You're gonna get fucked up.
In all honesty, he tried fighting me once. Like it was a play. He was trying to have a play fight with me, like, you know, acting casual. He punches me in the gut and it hurts me. I punch him in the gut. I actually knock his ass out.
Well, yeah, you could punch somebody in the gut and knock them out. You could kick somebody in the dick so hard you could actually, I wouldn't say kill him, but make him pass out.
I've done that before. I've actually knocked someone out by knocking them in the teeth once or twice. But he pissed me off, so I think he kind of fucking deserved it, to be honest.
I'm not that violent, but...
Neither am I. Like, I hate saying this. I'm not violent. It takes a lot to piss me off.
Yeah.
I have a sweet zone.
The most important thing not to do is hit me. Like, okay, I got mad at my mom, and I wasn't trying to get mad. So, you know how I said I have all my things in my head, right?
Yeah.
She hit me in the arm like 3 times. Harder than I'd expected. It's like, Mom, don't do that. And I was getting, like, aggressive.
No offense, my mother knows not to do that. My uncle, however, didn't. One day he didn't believe her when she told him not to do that. Guess what he did? He did it, and he paid for it in a really big way. And the funny part is, I black out when I become violent sometimes. I have a tendency to black. Like, I literally forget whatever the fuck happened. So, here's what happened. He physically tells me to, you know, he's like being a jackass and all, and I'm just ignoring him. So I'm just casually ignoring the stupidity of the situation. So I'm just doing what I do best, you know, the casual, you know, work and shit. So here's what happens. I'm not exactly paying attention. He slaps me in the back of the head.
Oh, fuck no.
And I let him get away with it the first time. So the first slap is a give me for me. Because I thought he didn't... No offense, I have the thing where if he doesn't fucking acknowledge it and he acknowledges it and says sorry about that, I let it go. It's the second and third time it pushes me to the brink.
Ever since I was little, I've already had the tendency to say sorry a lot, and I still do it. I'm like, oh, sorry.
No offense,
sorry,
my
bro.
mother called me the Jap because I spoke so damn fast. Like, literally,
bro. Speaking so fast, I speak sometimes so fast that I start stuttering and I go, You know? I'm not trying to diss on stuttering people because, you know.
No, I don't either. I used to do that as well. Hell, I had a worse one. Like, I actually stuttered once or twice. But here's one thing that actually pissed a guy off, apparently. Now, not to be mean to this guy, I was actually sweet.
My friend slapped me in the face at his house because I said, you know your stuttering problem? He thought he got like, you know how people get really mad over their stuttering problem.
Yeah.
I was like, he slapped me in the face and he told me to get out of his house, so I did. And I was really pissed off. You know, so, and I came back the next day and was like, bro, you didn't let me finish. I said, the way you stutter is pretty cool. He's like, oh, really? Sorry for slapping me. I was like, it's alright.
No, one guy actually did that. Listen, you know what's funny? I had one guy do that to me. Now, here's what happened. Now, my uncle has a tendency to piss me off sometimes. I love him to death, but he's a fucking idiot. He has a tendency to... He's... No offense, he's a dumbass. He doesn't get...
Who isn't that sometimes, you know?
To be honest, everybody at this point.
Yeah.
So...
Our world is so fucked up right now. It's common to get diagnosed with depression.
To be honest, I'm surprised it isn't a goddamn problem with how fucking often and how effective it is sometimes. It's just retarded. To a degree.
Yeah.
Like, I hate being autistic because it means people think less of me. And it pisses me off.
I don't think less of you. I think you're just more... You're not... I can't...
Go ahead.
I'm stuttering. Fuck.
Take your time, buddy. Take your time. I'm not gonna rush you.
Sorry, I'm just fighting a fuck ton of mole rats.
It's alright.
My whole Fallout Shelter base is getting attacked by mole rats.
Sounds about right. You know what's funny? I actually did something that would make you laugh. I managed to make one of my I got the Automatron DLC and I have the cheats in one of my games.
Lucky. I want the Automatron DLC.
Dude, I'll tell you right now. I had the cheats. I made Codsworth, a mini nuke robot, sentry bot.
Oh, by the way, I'm playing Fallout Shelter. I got Fallout 4 too.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I forgot I made Codsworth a fucking you know, the mini nuke thrower.
Ah.
So, I was walking through the wasteland, and all of a sudden I hear... and a massive fucking explosion.
The legendary mini nuke thing where it shoots one and goes...
I had the MRV one. I have
the mod where it shoots a... Is that the legendary?
Yes, and it's scary as fuck, because I fire 3 of them.
I had mods on
I used to have this gun, but I stopped using it. The mini nuke minigun.
Yep, it crashed my game.
I had the mini nuke pistol.
Yeah, it was like...
No, mine fired one. Like mine fired. Listen, mine fired one every every trigger pull. I accidentally pulled it out in close quarters. Pulled the trigger, almost nuked myself. Thank God I had the. Listen, you want to know what I had on me at the time that saved my ass? The God mode ring, unlimited health. Thank God I had it on me, cause I nuked myself.
I was playing Fallout 4. Are we talking about Fallout 4?
Yeah.
I had some shit. I played until level 54, legitly level 54. And I was like, fuck this. I downloaded so many mods. You know, there's a busty mod. That's really weird.
Yeah, I actually made a mini. No offense, I downloaded a mod to make a mini Codsworth. So I have this mini sentry turret. Like, he's about the size of a toy, but he fires mini nukes. It's cute.
You and your damn mini nukes.
I like explosives, okay? I'm a demolitions expert. Give me a break. Anything that goes boom, put it in my hands.
Yes. Sorry, I just got really... If I ever destroy a car, if somebody gave me the opportunity to destroy a car with anything that I wanted, I would destroy it.
No offense. At my high school, they had this, they had this car that you were destroying. Everyone was hitting the engine and nobody could break it because it was a titanium block. So all the kids said, this is stupid, none of us could break it. Listen, there was a sledgehammer and no one could pick up the sledgehammer. So I just walk up, look the guy in the eye, raise an eyebrow. He looks at me and says, good luck, good. I pick it up one-handed. I Thor slam the engine block. Guess what happens?
Cracks.
I shattered it.
Well, yeah, you know how? Because all that wear and tear from all the other kids probably weakened it.
Nope. I hit it in the strongest point. I hit it in its strongest point. Not center of mass. They hit it. Listen, this is why they were not breaking it. They were hitting its center of mass. The way to break an engine block that's titanium, don't hit its center of mass, you boob. Hit it in the right-hand corner. Fucking idiots. That's how you break it. Duh. That's how I broke it. I mean, it does help that you have a Thor helmet, like a Thor fucking hit. Because, no offense, I'm stronger than I look. Like, you would look like, if I showed you a picture of me, you could look at me and say, you don't look strong as fuck. Yet, the shit I do and the shit I pull off is ridiculous.
If you seen a picture of me, you'd be like, what?
But the reason most people, think I'm fucking, the reason most of people think I'm not really what I am is because they don't believe it. Which, I don't understand. Do you?
Yeah, I feel the same because of when I say I see shit and hear things that aren't there, which I know are fucking there because I see it and everybody's just, man, you're insane. If I would've, okay, when I'm at home, and I'm talking to you normally, right?
Yeah.
So when I get really excited, I do this really weird hand thing, like where I'm cracking all my knuckles and my fingers and shit, like it starts like to crack and I do like a weird like really high pitched where I go, I can't do it. It's, you know,
it's one of those. It's a one-time incidental thing that's really hard to replicate. I get you.
Yes, I do that a lot, but sometimes when I get over, you know, like not like inflated or anything. You know what inflated is, right? Like,
yeah, I'm not exactly dense when it comes to that shit. I'm smart enough to figure that out.
I don't like to get inflated. I dislike when somebody's like, yeah, bro, look at my fucking muscles, bro. They go to the gym and work upper and they don't do fucking leg day. You can't skip leg day.
No, you can't. No offense.
They look like a... Okay, listen, they look like a truck, but their legs look like an anorexic person.
I know.
Some people.
Like,
that's so hilarious.
But here's the thing that most people thought about me. Like, listen, when my size, like, I looked like I was weak as hell. So people thought they could pick on me sometimes and get away with it. In middle school, I had this one guy say, like, 2 words that was nice. Then his buddy comes up and decks me. Guess what happened? A kick to the shin, a double-chested knuckle to the gut, and an elbow to the throat.
You know you can kill somebody by hitting them in the throat.
I know. But in my opinion, the best way for someone to learn not to fuck with you is to hit them in the worst spot possible. Or knock some sense into their dumb ass. So he got...
I'm not trying to be like one of those, if I fight somebody and hit for the dick, you know, it's just...
Yeah, it's understandable.
You know,
sometimes it's the love button, sometimes it's the button to get people's brains back in gear.
That's what I did to the dude that spit in my face. And he was, you know,
I hate that. I absolutely, no offense, I've had that happen once. I become really volatile.
You know the sweatpants like for school and stuff, you know, the light thing? He had that on, and you know what he did? Okay, I'm gonna describe how disgusting. He had like the, not whipped cream, the stuff that, you know what I was talking about, right? That white stuff. That's
yeah.
Yeah, he had that in the mouth, and all I hear is, and it's all over my face, and I just smacked him in the dick with the back of my hand. He goes, what did you do that for? You deserved it. You spit in my fucking face.
One day, no offense, one day I had a kid do something mean. Now listen, this was a girl I really liked at some point. Like, he was being mean to her. Like, physically he was pushing her, bullying her. He even punched her once. So one day, we're outside the back of the school where there's no cameras. So you think he would learn not to fuck with her. So he hurts her, and I see her run away crying. I physically snap. Like I have three. Listen, I'll give you a hint. I have three modes to my anger: calm, miffed, aggravated, pissed, missile, bomb.
That's 6, bro.
I know. The last ones are my secret ones. I don't tell people them. I let them know last. So you can tell that when I go into those modes. So when he hit her, I went into aggravated. Like, you know, like a normal person would. When he slapped her, I went into miff. Like went full pissed mode. It's what he did next that put me straight from the pissed to bomb. So, as soon as he hits her, he then says this: "Slut, you will never find love truthfully." I go straight to bomb.
Oh, hell no.
I went to bomb. Guess what happened? My mother told me there's an easy way to disorient someone. Slap his ears.
Yeah, I learned that from Sherlock Holmes movie.
I knew it. I slapped his ears, spun him around like a top, looked him in the eye, knocked his teeth out, like I broke his jaw almost, and I gut checked him. And I casually walked up to the lady, bent forward, hugged her, and walked her all the way to her father's car. With blood on my fucking knuckles. Like I had just knocked someone the fuck out. So you want to know what my mom's response to that was?
Good job.
Nope. She said, "Somebody pissed you off again?" I go, "Nope, somebody hurt her." She goes, "Must have some really big balls or no brains for some reason, because pissing you off is a death sentence." And look, the father looks at...
Do I make you mad?
What?
Do I make you mad sometimes?
No, God, no. No. I don't get mad at friends. We can joke.
We're connecting on so many different levels.
Well, we're equal in some way. And in my mind, when we're like... You and me are both autistic. I link with autistics. When I
I'm not autistic.
In a way, you kind of are. With your ADHD, you've got the same shit as me. You're dealing with the same problems. That's why I'm linking.
Manic bipolar sucks.
I agree. My grandmother's got that.
Schizophrenia sucks too.
Yeah.
Just imagine somebody just being like this, "Kill yourself, bro. Just." Or like some shit like that, or you think somebody would
it's aggravating to say the least. Yeah. But it's not something to laugh at or sniff at. That shit you need to take with seriousness.
Yeah.
And no offense to the guy that I was
I lived with this shit most of my life anyway, so, you know.
No offense, you want to know why I'm so fucked up in the brain? I had my umbilical cord wrapped around my throat when I was born. I was born early and I was the color blue. Damn. The doctors were surprised I survived, apparently.
My mom had a cyst on her ovary and I popped it inside of her stomach. The doctor said it was 1 in a million that I would have survived.
I know. That shit's not fun. That shit's not fun.
Listen, when I had the open heart surgery, I got out of the hospital in 3 days. The first day I woke up, I sat up, and they said he wouldn't be able to sit up in about 2 or 3 weeks.
You sat up?
Sat up the first day after the heart surgery. And guess what? I was waking up during the heart surgery, and I was biting on the thing in my mouth.
You know what's funny?
The worst part of getting out the hospital is the fucking catheter in the
Tell me about it. That shit's just a pain in the ass to deal with.
They're like, I was trying to pull it out, and I was like, no, I can't do it. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna pull on 3. 1, 2, she pulls, like, that tickled. I was like, wait, what? She's like, it was a different feeling, but anyway, I was in the hospital. I'm not afraid of needles, because when the doctor come in, I'd be like, come on, put it in, take my blood.
No offense, I'm deathly afraid of them. I will fucking literally, if I had the ability to climb up walls, I would do that. If I was a cat, I'd be on the fucking ceiling. I hate them.
You hate needles?
Yes, I hate needles. But for some reason, you know what's funny? In middle school one day, there was a daddy long legs in the school. Everyone was saying kill it. You want to know what I did that scared everyone?
You grabbed it and threw it on everyone?
No, I picked it up. I literally let it walk onto my arm. And I walked through the entire school with it bouncing on my arm. Not even freaking.
Oh.
I literally let it sit on my arm for like 3 hours, walk out, put it outside.
Recently, there's a rat snake in my house since we have rats, and my mom was, oh, there's a snake! Oh, get
It's
the
a
dog."
corn
There's a
snake, you
rat-
bitch. Calm down. Those things are not harmful. They're harmless. All they eat is goddamn mice. I understand that entirely.
Anyway, and I was like touched it and it dropped down onto, it was on the broom or something. My mom was like, get it out. I was like, Mom, it's a rat snake.
You know what's funny? Like, literally, you know what the girl said? She said, that spider bit you. I said, the spider didn't bite me. She goes, it bit you. I said, the spider's teeth are too small to bite me, period. The thing's
But
venomous. Scientifically speaking,
it's the most venomous spider, but it doesn't have any teeth. If it did, it would be the most deadly.
no offense,
That's why
it does
it's not
have
harmless.
teeth. It does. They have found them
Yeah,
now.
I know.
But
They
at the
have teeth, but they're too small.
yeah, and I said, and listen, the teacher says the spider's the deadliest. I go, yes, it's the deadliest, but to other spiders. It's harmless against humans because the teeth are so dang tiny they can't bite us.
Bro, have you seen a fucking tarantula?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, tarantula hawk.
You know what's funny? I'm surprisingly not afraid of them.
Tarantula hawk spiders are
Oh.
like the size of your hand.
I know. Those things are creepy and all, but they don't spot. You know what's funny? We had a horror movie playing in my classroom once. Now, listen.
I don't like horror movies.
No offense, I actually don't mind them. You would laugh at this. Like, there was this girl screaming her lungs out because there was, you know, this creature, and it just chopped someone's head off. I'm literally looking at it, and look, she's like, you're not creeped out? I go, no, I'm actually getting hungry from that. My mother, no offense. My mother watched someone get their, listen, this is how bad it is. My mother watched someone get their intestines ripped out and said, I'm hungry.
Have you ever seen like those movies where the girl falls down and gets back up? I was like, bitch, why don't you run? If this was real life, you wouldn't be running and falling.
In all honesty, you
And
want to know...
in my head, if I was a killer, I'd be like, really? I have a knife. You could just run. Stop falling. Like, come on. It's easier for me just... like the Scary Movie.
Don't get me started on that. I'm literally not afraid of that. Literally. You know what's funny? My uncle tried. Listen, my uncle tried to scare me once. Now this was the jackass guy. He thought it would be funny to scare me. He walks up to me with a plastic fucking knife and pokes me with it and says, "I'm here to kill you." I rotate on the spot, grab the knife, break it in half, look him in the eye, and say, "This is plastic, bitch. I can tell the difference from the physical touch." He got mad at me.
Oh yeah, not trying to be like a serial type of person, but would you rather buy a $50 knife to torture somebody or a $5 knife?
In all honesty, whatever works, works. It depends on the knife, it depends on the situation, it depends on how flimsy the damn thing is.
If you want them to suffer.
Suffering, I would probably go with a 50 because for some reason those things have a bit more teeth on them. And they hurt a hell of a lot more than most knives.
$50, I'd go with the $5 because it's dull and it takes a little bit longer, so you know what I mean?
That too, but
yeah,
there's something I need to tell you. There's one thing I've actually found out that would make you a bit scared. Like
what?
Like the $50 knives, you can actually do something different with them.
Huh?
If you
fillet them.
Yeah, you
cut off their skin.
No, here's the
If I was
thing.
torturing somebody, I would start with their toenails and rip each individual toenail and fingernail off.
Yeah, that's a give me. That's a give me right there.
No, the bad part was I'd split it down the middle, then I'd slowly take it out of the skin.
Me and my mom have got a sadistic way of doing it. No offense, me and my mother are creepy as fuck. Like my mother.
I'm gonna put. I have a really bad one. Get a toothpick and put it right underneath the nail, and just grab a hammer or something and just smack the fucking toothpick underneath the nail. Keep doing that until it pops off.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll make someone hurt like a bitch. But to be honest, like, you know what's funny?
Pass out from the pain.
No offense.
You know people could die from pain.
Yeah, no offense. Today, everyone's like like, no offense, everyone gets scared of anything. Like, it's retarded how stupid that is. Like, literally, I can watch, literally, you want to know how sadistic me and my mother are?
What?
We can watch someone get ripped in fucking half, and it doesn't faze us. For me, I can watch someone get torn entirely in half, bleeding profusely, gasping for air, and have their organs ripped out of them, and it doesn't bother me.
The first time I ever got sick, like, I usually don't get sick when people are getting torn apart, but it was a Saw movie, and it was the head contraption.
Oh, God. No offense, the Saw movie doesn't scare me.
Me neither. Oh, you know what the worst part was? Having to stick the hook thing in your boob and trying to lift yourself up to save your wife. And it slowly starts ripping your skin upwards. Holy shit, how many incidents am I gonna have? There's mole rats, then mole rats again. No, it's red roaches. Then it's a fire. What the fuck?
No offense, I actually know of a secret way of not actually having to do that. You'll actually laugh at this, but there's actually a way of doing that without harming yourself. Now, not very many.
Fallout Shelter.
No, in Saw, there's actually a secret way of actually not killing yourself and getting out of there. I figured out 4 ways to do it.
Join Saw?
Not really. There's one that I actually thought of that you would laugh at.
What?
You know how you said to rip the boob and it slowly rips open? There's a way I can actually figure out how to do that without it harming you. If you're smart enough and you've got a belt on, where's another area you can hook it? Belt loop. Hook it.
It would be easier just to pull it down as far as you can and then step on it. Not like the hook, but the inner part of it.
Duh!
And then hoist yourself up.
Hell, if you've got enough strength to pull yourself up, you should have enough strength to pull the damn thing down. It's not fucking rocket science. It's fucking standard goddamn knowledge. If you have got enough strength to fucking pull that thing down, you can pull yourself up.
You know what the funniest thing in Saw was with the girlfriend and the 2 boys?
Mm-hmm.
Where they gotta push the thing?
Yeah.
But the guys agreed and they just let the girl die, so she fell and got split in half. In public. Thou teach her. Death do us part, you be in pieces.
No offense.
Wait, was that a marriage thing?
Yeah, that is a marriage thing.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know that.
Hey, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. I can listen.
Just like that new movie, Hide and Seek, that's coming out where the girl's getting married.
Can they not leave that shit alone? That and the fucking It movie. That and It. I fucking hate that. My father forced me to watch
it, and I don't like it.
No offense, I watched it when I was 3 years old. Believe me when I say this.
I'm a Transformers fanboy, by the way.
I can tell.
G1 Transformers?
Yeah.
G1 Transformers, I'm gonna tell you right now, I have G1 Transformers still in the box, collectors.
I don't even remember if I've got mine. Mine are around here fucking somewhere. I know I have the fucking X-Men. Or one of them at least.
Listen,
somewhere.
I got Ultra Magnus, Starscream, still in the case, Jazz, Skywarp, shit, hold up, breathe, Soundwave, and Rodimus Major. That's when Hot Rod gets the leader of Matrix and turns into Prime. Damn, I'm a fanboy. My
Go ahead.
all-time favorite Transformer is Grimlock. I love Grimlock. I have
The one thing
the
that pissed
regular
me off.
Transformers game, Fall of Cybertron, and Rise of the Dark Spark for the Xbox 360.
What?
Huh?
Sorry, I ran over a lawnmower and I didn't see it.
Yeah, I'm still watching you on the stream now.
But the thing that really doesn't make sense to me, like, no offense to people, like, I hate stupid people. It just absolutely infuriates me. Like, if you're dumb enough to fall for a gullible, stupid trick, you deserve everything that comes to you. I'm sorry. Like, if you're dumb enough to fall in... No, like this type of shit. Like this type of shit. If you're dumb enough to shoot a cop, you deserve whatever the fuck comes to you. Cause, no offense, you hurting anyone, you deserve all of what happens to you.
Even mentally?
Yep. I'm that mean. Like, I hate stupid people. Like, I hate how dumb people are. Like, I understand stupidity is a fucking thing you can't get rid of, but sometimes it gets to a point where it's just retarded.
Yeah.
And even sometimes that shit does not make fucking sense.
No, it does not.
And the thing is, now I'm not mean. Like, I had a shirt when I was in high school that said, "I'm not mean, I just don't like you."
Yeah.
And apparently I pissed off one of my teachers with it.
Oh, and Yorktown School, you know, if you have a white shirt, it's supposedly gang related, and a scarf.
In
Not
Smyrna,
a scarf, what's it called? Not a beanie, but those fucking, what's it called? Bandanas. There we go.
I think I have a
There's
bandana
some
around here
stupid-
fucking somewhere.
But okay, let me tell you something. You can't eat in the school, right? Right over here in Yorktown.
I
in
can
Texas.
actually.
You know what I told him? I bought a pizza, right? And I was finishing it. I walked inside with the last piece. And they said, "Oh, you need to throw that away." I said, "I bought the damn thing. Now tell me again." I told her, "Why don't you walk in here while buying something?" And you're gonna say, "No, I'm gonna eat it," right?
Right.
Because I bought the damn thing.
If you buy the damn thing, they can't force you to fucking get rid of it. It's just common.
Yeah, like these schools.
It's just
Yeah,
common.
like with school, you can't bring a drink in school. Why not? Because you're just not allowed. I still brought a drink inside. You know, I love the teachers that care but don't care if you bring food in it.
No
you know?
offense, one of my teachers actually let me bring my Coke or Pepsi into the class and let me drink it. Because he knew I had hypoglycemia, because here's how bad my hypo gets. If I go without a soda for 24 hours, my hands start to shake uncontrollably. I become jittery, I become tired, I become drained of every fucking thing. Like, I physically lose.
Yeah, I get that. If I don't eat for a long period of time, like maybe a day or so, I have a bottomless pit for a stomach, and I eat like a lot.
My mother
Not
calls me
too
the
much,
fucking
you know?
garbage disposal.
Yeah, my mom makes food, right? And whatever she doesn't eat, she gives to me. I'm like, oh, thank you.
No offense, my grandmother made goulash one week. Listen,
Oh,
and here's the funny thing. My uncle said the goulash, where'd it go? I gave it to Michael. He goes, "Where's my fucking goulash?" I slap my belly and go. Like, literally, you know what's funny? I've had people like say they tell me I'm fat. I'm not fat, I'm fluffy.
Yeah, I'm fluffy.
You didn't get the
I'm not
reference,
trying to
did
be-
you? You didn't get the reference, did you?
The comedian Fluffy.
Gabriel Inglesa.
Yeah, his name is Fluffy.
I know.
I watch him.
Jeff
Hey,
Foxworthy's.
remember the ghetto gift basket?
Oh
Man, I
God.
love this shit.
I couldn't stop laughing.
This dude ate my chicken!
I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I'm using the combine harvester right now.
To be honest, it's so relatable. If you make a ghetto, not a ghetto, but any like racist gift basket besides like a Nazi gift basket for a white person, shit. I don't care. I love fucking chicken. I've always wanted to try ghetto barbecue, you know? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know the person that needs the Jesus 3000
oh dude, you want to know what my mother used to do with the hamburgers that I thought was actually intriguing? My mother, when she made a hamburger, now here's the funny thing. You know those plants you can grow in your yard, the ones that are called peppermint and spearmint?
Oh yeah, I love those.
She put spearmint in the hamburger meat.
Oh.
Like she would do that, like physically do that, and guess what? It was good.
Tastes really good.
Not only that, she would do the beer can chicken.
Have you ever had let me tell you this. Okay, I want you to try this one day. Get 2 pieces of bread, mayonnaise, peanut butter, and bananas, and put it all together. And
I don't like mayonnaise.
Good.
I don't like mayonnaise. That's my problem.
If you don't like mayonnaise, then you don't have to put it on it. With me, it tastes a lot sweeter and better with all that stuff on it. You know what the bad thing about just having me and my mom and being barely able to pay the bills?
Huh?
The reason why I don't have a job is because I'm mentally fucked up. Anyway, and I had a job for one day and I was like, nah man, this ain't for me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, I forgot what I was saying. Ugh, I hate when I fucking don't remember shit when I'm talking. It's so annoying. Speaking of food, I'm mixing like some Cajun seasoning, some paprika, like sprinkling it on top of my burgers and shit, and it's actually really good. I let it cook through the bottom. You know, with hamburgers, the number one thing you need to do, let it sit like with all this stuff together for about a minute, because it, you know.
Yeah.
Not molecules, fuck, my brain cells are fucking doing, you know what I mean? Anyway, you can talk. So, what you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Trying the new car, one of the cars I have.
Another fire? Are you serious? It's probably because all my stuff is level 2 and level 3, but I have more space than I need. I have only 34 dwellers. Oh no!
I have.
Getting to my.
You know what's funny? For mine, I have like unlimited space. Like I can have as much. Like I had unlimited build space.
I'm talking about Fallout Shelter, not Fallout 4.
I know. I know. But I had the.
Fallout 4, you had unlimited space, not Fallout Shelter. Anyway, what were you saying?
Like in Fallout, I made it to where I could have like unlimited build space, and I built all the way to the skybox. Not only that, I built like a metric fuck ton of turrets. Like I made it to where I had unlimited resource, so I made a fuck ton of turrets and placed them everywhere.
I made a really cool ass design on Fallout 4 for base. Is it Sanctuary? Yeah, Sanctuary. And I had like missile turrets, the tier 2 turrets.
I had the
all
tier
that
3,
stuff
the
in it.
tier 4. I had the tier 3, the tier 2, the tier 1. I had the
Yeah, that's what I'm
minigun
talking about.
I had the minigun turrets. I had the laser turrets.
What?
I had all of them.
There ain't no minigun turret. That's just a regular turret.
Well, I
Okay.
had the turrets. I also had all kinds of shit.
You know, all I did in that game just to level up really fast is do all the settlement stuff. You go out and do the regular story mission. Settlement under attack. You need to go to my pit board, then jump to that location and they're getting attacked by super mutants.
No offense, super mutants couldn't get close to my
And
my
you know
fucking
them,
buildings.
You know the mini nuke ones that you're trying to shoot? I try to kill them as fast as I can so I can get a fucking mini nuke.
Actually, I found out a way to kill them without actually getting close to them. I like glitched to myself to where I had the Baratos sniper, the anti-tank rifle, and I just fired armor piercing. On top of that, did you know there's a mod for the Flak 88?
Is that in Fallout 4?
Yeah! There was a mod you could get for the Flak 88, the tank gun. You had to be wearing you would have to be wearing like fucking, you know, armor for that thing because the damn recoil.
Power armor?
Power armor, yeah. By the way, note to self, do not fire high explosive anti-tank in buildings.
I had the legendary thing for the machine gun, and it shot like exploding bullets, and that was amazing. I love that mod.
No offense,
It's
my
not,
anti-tank.
it's not
Listen,
a mod. It's a legendary
gun attribute.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? The
Nice hot dog.
yeah.
Damn it, bro! You're making me hungry. Don't make me
No, literally, that's the option you can put on this thing, a hot dog.
Speaking of hot dogs,
You wanna know what
still?
You want to know what was funny that I apparently pissed someone off with that I couldn't figure out? Like, I was in my Fallout 4, right? And I wasn't streaming it for a reason, because I don't stream that shit. But I was in my Killing Floor 2. You ever play that?
Oh, Killing Floor 2 with all the zombies and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, try to do it offline and it's just you.
Yeah. You want to know what?
Especially with the boss that comes up, what's that dude's name? The
The Patriarch?
The electric dude.
Hans Volter?
Yep, that's him. I hate him.
I hate the Patriarch. You want to know what I did that would actually make you laugh?
Is the Patriarch the brute?
The Patriarch's the one with a machine gun and rocket launcher on his arm.
Is there one with a big ass fucking chainsaw that just bolts at you?
Not anymore. There's actually a new one. It's called the Bloat. It's called the Abomination.
Is that
But
the
instead-
one from like Resident Evil?
No, listen. The Abomination is a fat guy that barfs putric acid, like the barfers. Not only that, he inhales you to increase his health. And he farts little those little acid, but it walks after you, like it chases you.
Oh.
Not only he's got two massive axes in either hand, and he takes a metric ton to kill.
I thought the brute was hard.
But you know what was funny?
I think I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh.
You want to know what was funny that I did? Like, there's this new gun in that game. It's called the Seal Squeal. It's meant to be a trap weapon. I stopped using it as a trap weapon and used it as an impact. It's for the demolitionist. You imagine a harpoon with explosive intent.
Ugh.
That's what I was doing. Like, I stuck one of the zombies, flew his ass back, and blew him up in a pile of them.
What was your favorite weapon in that game to get? You mean the bow?
No,
bow?
the Seal Squeal. It's not the bow. It's kind of like a bow, but the explosive, you have to press a button.
It's like it's like a machine gun.
No, it's a one shot. Then you have to reload it. Like it's a one shot, pull back, reload the magazine. No, like it's like one
Oh,
shot, pull,
it's a
one shot, pull.
Oh, is it like a harpoon gun?
Yes, it's like a harpoon
Well,
gun, but it's an explosive harpoon.
Like a nail gun, but with like the huge ass things, and it's just like a big ass harpoon.
Yes, I fired one of those and
Alright.
stuck a Z to the wall next to a bunch, and I detonated it, killed every single one of them.
I hate the invisible ones, and the spider ones. I hate the spiders. Ugh.
You know what was funny? I managed to figure out one of the things that would make you.
double Desert Eagles.
Oh my God! They had a new shotgun. It's an elephant gun, but it's called the Doom gun. It's the Doom gun. It's a 4-barrel shotgun that fires 4 12-gauge shells at once. That's enough to break your fucking arm. And you want to know what I was doing?
Do you know how to shotgun jump?
In that game, they don't have that no more.
Oh.
No offense if they had it with the Doom.
Quad barrel?
It has 4 barrels. Yeah, it's a quad barrel shotgun. It's called the Doom gun, the Doom stick.
I wanted. You know the shows that made like really overpowered guns? Not Man of Steel, Guns of something. I watched that, and they had like a rotating like AK something turret,
Yeah.
and it was actually shooting all of them at the same time.
You want to know what was funny? You want to know what I actually did that would make you laugh with the Doom stick?
Oh.
If you aim at the strake in his head, you can actually send him backward with just the blast.
Damn.
Like I fired it at one guy, sent his ass backward. I hit him so hard.
What's the highest round that you've ever bit? Killing Floor is just like zombies. Black Ops 2.
I've actually completed
Well,
the rounds. Like I actually went around 50 rounds with just a demolitionist.
I don't remember the classes, but
There's demolitionist, there's commando, medic, survivalist, gunslinger,
Which
sniper.
one? There's one of them that has explosives and shit, like dynamite or something. I don't know.
That's the demolitionist.
Yeah, that's probably him.
I was using that, and guess what I was doing?
Isn't there like a sledgehammer or some shit? Or like a katana? Is there? I don't know. I don't play it that often. I played it at a friend's house. But anyway.
But you want to know what was funny that I did? Like, if you had the Doom gun and you were able to do the jump, you want to know how bad that thing's recoil is?
Really bad?
It would send you up higher than you would expect.
What's that map? I'm losing my voice. This is the first time I've lost my voice in years. Like years. Hold up, I need to take a drink. Hold up. Anyway, what's the map with the hellish environment?
I don't remember.
I played on that map until like wave. I don't know. I don't know what wave. I died really fast though because I was soloing it. Because the boot, you know the wave with like the big dudes with the chainsaw hand.
Yeah, the string.
I was on that. Yeah, I had a couple of those after me and the spider things. You know, I was just running around, you know, like hurting them, and I got cornered and brutally butt fucked. Not literally, but you know what I mean. You know when you solo that shit, it's actually your heart starts pounding. You're like, oh, don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me. Didn't those big dudes with the chainsaw hand like stun you from running or some shit?
I gotta
Mad?
focus right now. I'm using the El Camino and it's hard to drive this thing with that giant skull in the trunk.
Oh, good luck. With me, I'd probably get really huge ass guns, like from Black Ops, like the LSAT or.
By the way, they added a new
chain
grenade
gun.
launcher to Killing Floor. The
You
six.
played a lot or what?
Yeah, I do. They added the 6-shot grenade launcher. You know the M32 grenade launcher? They added that one, the 6-shot. Oh my god, can you cause chaos with that thing?
With me, I'd go demolition, and I'd get as my secondary dual wield.
You could add, and now you could add. They added another weapon for the sniper. You know the Barrett?
The Barrett 50.
They added. They added it, but it's not the one where you have the magazine. It's a one-shot reload, but it's an anti-tank gun. Holy crap! You can one-shot a Strake with that gun.
I had Battlefield 1, and I played that a lot. I can't fly with the shit, but I was trying to snipe, you know, like with all the. To be honest, I'd rather have Battlefield 4 because it's more modern, you know. My cousin JP, he was a really good pilot, and on like the building that collapsed, he could go through the bottom with, like, you know, the attack chopper from GTA 5. He could go through the bottom floor and go through it. It's cool.
You want to know what was the dumbest thing that I ever did in one of the Demolition Derby games?
What?
I made, like, listen, in one of the games there was an add-on. Now, there was this one vehicle I had been saving up for, and my cousins kept telling me it sucked. It was a bulldozer. Like, there was one game that had a bulldozer in it, and guess what? My cousin said it sucked. So I finally got the bulldozer, and I fell in love with it. You want to know what I did?
What?
I gave it more armor, more engine power, and the ability to boost.
Shit. Do you know this game called Crossout?
Yeah.
It got too boring after a while.
They added new tank tracks.
Really?
The Mark 1.
I was level 19 or something like that, or 14.
You know the Mark 1. You know the British Mark 1? They added that thing when they added it with its tracks.
To me, I'm more of a Battlefield / first-person shooter.
If Crossout had an open world where you were able to take your vehicles against AI, not players, that would be
AIs and players.
Yes, but not only that, you wouldn't have not only that, you wouldn't have to be forced to do one thing.
Yeah. 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 I want Borderlands 3.
There was one thing I did with the tank with the bulldozer. Guess what it was?
What?
I drove it.
Are you talking about Crossout?
No, there was a add-on for one of the demo games that was a bulldozer.
Oh. Let's see. Rare outfit, rare weapon, rare baseball, railway, enhanced sawed-off shotgun. You know in Fallout 4 I had the cannon thing? The cannonball thing?
You know what was funny?
Portable hand cannon, pretty much. It was You hold it like
Oh,
a minigun
they
and
added
you shoot
another gun
fucking-
in that game as well. Listen, you ready for what the gun is?
Which one?
Imagine two 9mm pistols bolted together.
I don't have any of the DLCs, by the way.
It's not a DLC. It's the game already has the weapon. There's no DLC add-on. It automatically has all the new weaponry at your disposal. So imagine a 9mm pistol, but wider.
Is this Fallout 4?
No, Killing Floor.
Alright.
It had a pistol with dual 9mm barrels.
I got a mole rat infestation.
I had the weapon to get rid of the mole rats. Auto turrets.
No, I'm talking about Fallout Shelter, not actual
I know.
Fallout.
I had that. My cousin had that game. He had a counter for it. Auto turrets.
You can't get auto turrets in Fallout. I mean, not. What I mean is Fallout Shelter, not Fallout. The other one. I'm playing Fallout Shelter, not Fallout 4. Where's my Mr. Handy? Where is he? Oh, those guys are still coming back from the mission.
Guess what? The El Camino, my opinion, it's not a bad vehicle either. It's got the mobility. I've upgraded the engine except for one thing. The bigger block.
What?
So it's got all the engine upgrades except one. Once I get that engine upgrade, it's fully done and I can use it. And remember how I said the war wagon was the best when it comes to bashing?
Yeah.
This thing's more built around speed and handling. Because I'm still sitting with a stock ride height and this thing turns on a dime. But the thing that pissed me off with the school problems was they didn't do anything anymore. My school's also having a problem with gangs now. They have a gang in the school now.
Yeah, you already said that.
And it's and here's the thing. The assistant principal, or the teacher I told you that got like caught in an affair, you ready for this? Was an assistant principal.
Oh shit.
Not only that, it was the assistant principal that that dealt with me.
Oh.
My mom told her, you ready for this? My mom said, karma's gonna get you, and when it does, it's gonna hit you where it hurts. Guess what? Karma did get her. Took away her job.
Karma's gonna hit everybody. It took away her job and her husband.
Yep, because she was married to a guy that actually loved my mother at some point. He actually had mutual respect for my mother. Because, you ready for this? He dated my mother in high school!
Seriously?
Seriously! And you know what's funny? My mom looks like she's in her 20s and she's 40 years old.
Oh.
You ready for this? I look like I'm in my 19 with a goatee. I'm 24.
Yeah, I'm 18 and I talked to people at the bar and they said that I looked 22 with this beard. I have a beard, a mustache, and the sideburns all growing.
Yeah, I have a sideburn. I have sideburns as well. My hair also grows out really fast when it gets, you know, when my hair's longer, it grows faster. When it's shorter, it takes a while. Wow, even with, no offense, with the stock tune on this fucking El Camino, damn is it quick.
Damn, you want... Oh yeah, with my Fallout 4, sometimes it like bugs out and I go through a door and it's all white.
I had another kind of glitch that would make you laugh.
What?
Where the map completely glitched out from under me and all of a sudden I was just floating.
Have you ever played Minecraft?
Yeah, I've been wanting to. I'm also thinking about, you
I
ready
got-
for this? I think I'm gonna get 7 Days to Die, and guess what I'm gonna do? Gonna go into...
You love 7 Days to Die?
Yeah, I want to go into creative mode, and guess what I'm gonna do for myself?
Build a whole massive, good-looking ass base.
Not only that, I'm gonna build... You ready for this? People say build the motorcycle. Fuck the motorcycle! I'm gonna build the SUV. They have an SUV now. Like, you know, the two-door?
Seriously?
Yeah! It's a two-door car. It's a two-door...
You know who you always win? He does, like, zombie stuff.
Baron Games, you always win.
Yep.
You know what's funny?
Dumb ways to die.
You want to know what was funny about the SUV I found out?
Do you know Glock 19?
Oh yeah, I heard of him. I don't know him personally, but here's the thing. Oh god, turn.
I've always, ever since I was like little, I watched Markiplier, Minilad, Vanoss, and You Always Win, and Slipgator. That does like art videos.
HDO Delirious, Vanoss, Moose
H2O
Knuckle,
Delirious.
Terrorizer, Dahi to
Moose
Nogla
Knuckle-
annoys me.
Yeah.
No offense,
do you know
Dahi,
what
he's
Moose-
too Irish for his own
Knuckle-
fucking good.
Yeah. Do you know what Moose Knuckle really means?
What?
It means a guy camel toe.
Huh.
You know how like where it goes around our bulges?
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's a moose knuckle. That's a moose knuckle. It's like a camel toe.
Huh. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Learn something
We
new
learn
every fucking
everything.
day, I guess.
Yep. That's what I was about to say.
You know what's funny? Now, most people say I'm... No offense, people say I'm a schizophrenia, or I'm an asshole, for no reason. Like, they used to judge me before they, you know, knew me,
Yeah.
and I hate being judged like that, so if anyone's listening, I'm not what I sound like. If I sound like an ass or a jerk, that's not me.
You're just being you.
I have my own issues, and it's not exactly the easiest to deal with.
Yeah. To be honest, you know, like when you feel like you're having, like you're alone and you have all that problem, then you're like, and then a dude comes up to you, yeah, I have the same problem. You're like, oh shit. Then they start explaining what happened to them, and you're like, you my brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't hate anybody. It's just sometimes people
Sometimes people are
get
stupid.
annoying. Sometimes, yeah, and they get annoying sometimes. Annoying.
The thing
I
that
can barely
pisses
hear
me
myself
off that
right
I
now.
don't think anyone understands about me is they judge me before they get to know me on my personal level. Like, in my opinion, the only reason I hate stupidness is because I've gotten so used to it. Like, dumb shit happens all the fucking time. It's retarded.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like, you want to know how bad it is?
What?
I've seen like 7 different people like cuss everyone out for no fucking reason. Oh, guess what? I've almost got enough money for the Dominator.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna...
Me,
the first thing I'm gonna get is the Dominator, then I'm gonna continue.
if you actually do meet me in real life, if you do, I'm more of like, I have a smile on my face, I'm so happy and gullible, but on the inside I'm struggling. You know what I mean? Like, every time like I get in trouble or something, I'm like, what? I didn't do anything wrong. You know that feeling?
Yeah.
Why am I getting in trouble? I
I've
didn't
had
do
that
anything
happen
wrong.
3 times. Like, I've gotten in trouble for no fucking reason, and it pisses me off because it's retarded.
Yep. The one thing that I hate the most is those people that get accused of something and then they go to jail. And then about 3 or 4 years later, they finally like, oh, you didn't do it. You got to stay in there for a couple of more months for paperwork. Ugh. You know? You know, in shit.
7 Days to Die?
Yes, I'm thinking about 7 Deadly Sins. Shit. Anyway, you know the cupboards that you hit? Like you know they have zombie closets now? Do you know that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they updated the pattern of zombies on Horde Night, and it's terrifying. They actually find elaborate ways to actually fucking get you now. They don't just surround your building, just swipe at everything. They actually team together and try to go through your base. You know, since I'm a gamer, it'd probably take me about, to play 7 Days to Die, it would take me to fully master like the controls, I'd say about 3 to 4 days, maybe even a week, and I'd be good. But if I go and play a different
You know
game, I'd be
what's
like,
funny
oh,
about
shit,
the
I gotta-
SUV? You know how the fucking the little bitty stupid bike you get?
Yeah.
The SUV doesn't get caught on stuff because it has a plow that actually destroys anything in front of it. So when you run into like trash bags and garbage bags, it destroys them. So what do you think?
Pretty cool.
The thing that pisses me off is people say it sucks. Cause look, it takes more
I bet
fuel.
it's buggy right now.
No, it's not actually.
It's probably.
It was buggy when it first came out, but it's been out a while. The SUV is golden.
You know what's funny to me that I like to watch? I like to watch when they're destroying those really big scaffolding buildings, and then they watch it all fall and crumble.
Or I like watching what people think you know.
Or I love when they start building like those maze bases, really elaborate bases.
I've actually figured out how to make a base in that game that is functioning and has its own defense mechanism.
Shotgun turrets.
No, actually. You know those islands you can get on in the water?
Uh-huh.
Put saw blades under the water.
Why?
Think about
Why?
it. Zombies go through the water, correct? Fill the water
Wait,
with traps.
Can they swim now?
No, they just walk through the water. They go slower in the water, but they walk.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
And
Where,
if you
the
put
zombies are in the water and they're just still walking normally down at the bottom, right? Or wrong?
And you know what's funny? There's actually few houses that I can actually build that I can actually cheese zombies with.
Have you ever seen one of those like normal house builds, but in reality, it has a floor?
No, dude, you want to know what's funny? This will actually make you laugh. You know those bridges that are broken in half? You can build a base under one of them. The zombies will not know where the fuck you are. Like, you can build a base under the buildings.
Well, with the new pattern of like the AI of the zombies, it would. My dream was to be a game designer, by the way.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to be a game designer, but anyway. And I've always wanted to learn how to go into the wild, and you know what bushcraft survival is?
Yeah. You know what really pissed me off? Have you ever heard of this guy? Heemeyer. He made the Killdozer.
Heemeyer.
What he did is, look it up on YouTube. What he did is he made a bulldozer out of scraps of metal in his muffler shop. All because, you ready for this?
Huh.
Okay, here's what happened. The city decided to make a concrete factory where he was. Which would have been...
bulldozer?
No, no. Hear me out before you do that. What happened is, he was making a building. Like, he had a muffler shop and he was a decent businessman. But they decided to make a concrete factory near his muffler shop that cut off the access road to his muffler shop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Here's what else happened. Then the constructionist said, concrete factory broke the pipe to the sewer line in his muffler shop, and he got fined for the muffler shop not being connected to the sewage line that they fucking broke.
You're getting a little mad there, bro.
Because I mean, think about it. You say the people say the government doesn't make any dumb decisions. Are you sure about that?
Decisions. Bro, have you ever heard of FEMA camps?
Oh God, don't get me started on that bullshit.
Where they're turning the Walmarts into prisons, pretty much, to keep people in. What are they fucking preparing for? You know what I mean?
Fucking
The
apocalypse,
government doesn't
maybe.
tell you shit. Yeah,
No.
Jesus is supposed to come back.
In all honesty, I'd be surprised if Jesus doesn't kill the fucking government for their stupidity.
No, listen, they're gonna make war with the land, and they're gonna throw nukes and shit. And Jesus is gonna be like, really? The nukes ain't gonna harm me? And then they're gonna know that he's the son of God, and they're like gonna be, oh shit.
No offense,
And
there's no way you can kill the son of a god.
No, you cannot kill Jesus.
No offense, people have
You
tried.
tried to kill him. He's the general, bro. You can't kill Jesus.
No
Man.
offense, they already tried killing Jesus. Did it
He
work?
came back. No, he came back, bro. And he's coming back again. He's not... He tried to make peace with us already. He's coming back in vengeance like shit.
I
If
hope
I
he
had a
does. I
sword-
hope he does, and I hope the first thing to happen is the world gets straightened the fuck out for once.
Anyway, I do accept Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior, and
I have
I've
no
always
quarrel
done
with
that.
him. I have no quarrel. He's helped me out when I needed it most, and to be frankly honest, he's cool in my book. He's got me on his side.
if I ever had a sword and I seen Jesus, if my eyes do get burned out or my tongue burned or some shit because of his godliness, I would take off my sword, hold it up to my right side, out, and I'd drop it on the ground and be like, nope, I ain't fighting him, man.
No offense, my mom does have a sword.
Not.
No, my mom physically has a real life sword.
The reason why I do not preach is because I don't know how to use the spiritual sword. It could be so dangerous that you could even potentially divert somebody.
My mom
Not
has a
trying to,
gun.
like-
My mom has a couple knives in the house that are known as bleeders. Do you know what those
Oh.
are?
No.
They're
I've seen the zombie blades.
no, these blades. What they're designed to do is like you stab someone, they make it to where they
Do they-
can't close the artery as long as the blade's in there,
Yeah.
because it has a channel
do-
built in for it.
The knife that I'm talking about is the one that goes in and has like the shark teeth looking thing, and
Oh,
it goes in and
hell.
once you pull it out, it cuts and serrates everything inside it, and
Fuck
it makes
yeah.
the wound bigger.
No offense, that's technically what some of the blades my mom has are.
You know the most deadly blade is the 3 corkscrew one.
Oh God, don't get me
It's
started on
illegal.
that bitch. That thing's lethal if you point it at anyone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know somebody made from Black Ops 2 the fucking what's it called? The fuck, what's it called? The gun, not the gun, but the knife where you. Have you ever played Black Ops 2? It's a knife that shoots out from the blade and you reload it with another knife. Oh damn it, I forgot what it's called. I played so much Black Ops 2. What's it called? Ballistic knife, there we go. To me, in Black Ops, my best game was like 48 and 8 deaths. That's like really good in regular TDM.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going full on nerd right now when it comes to like Black Ops or like.
God damn it! What is up with
like
the
that.
fucking hot dog?
Do you like Ark Survival Evolved?
Mm-hmm.
You do? I have the game.
You know what? I don't understand why people like do this. Now, I'm not gonna be mean to people,